real right now.
Mr. DL.
222 222. Who's off? Cause you could just lose your mind.
Yo, we are here, episode 51 for the Danger Zone podcast, and we got
Chef Tanya Nicole,
Big Shug,
Mr. DL, and
Real Love. We never do it in that order. You're messing me up.
I messed
Big
up.
Shug, Mr. DL, Chef Tanya Nicole,
I know he
and Real Love, or Real Love first. You're messing it up.
It's cool. We shook it up a little
shook
bit.
it up
Yeah,
51 times.
Yo, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Of
check,
course.
check. We are here.
Yo, we here at the Danger Zone podcast, episode 51.
51.
51. We here with
Yeah.
Joe Clair, a.k.a. Joe Cleasy, a.k.a. J-O-E are the letters of his name. You know what I mean? We up in here, man. Host, you know what I'm saying? Real estate impresario, comedian, extraordinaire. I know all this shit, you know what I'm saying? So, what's good, Joe? How you feeling, man? What's good?
Man, first and foremost, thanks for having me.
Yes.
Happy New Year's. Welcome to 2023, everybody.
Yes.
And thanks for giving me all the listing all the shit that I've done.
Yes.
People be like, he just the nigga on the radio.
Yeah.
So I really do appreciate you listening to everything. And things are good. Things are real good, man. As you can see, right before we got on the podcast, everybody, my daughter just came to the door. So I'm at home being a dad and a husband right outside of Washington D.C.
Right.
I just came home from my job. I'm on the news every day here in D.C. I have a show called.
That's beautiful. I peeped
Yeah. I went from Rap City,
right,
to Def Comedy Jam to now I'm on the news at 3:00 in the afternoon. And we've been number one in our time slot since we got there. So it's kind of like things are good.
That's beautiful.
It's real good.
So can you give me a just for the people, because I know, but just for the people, can you give us a backstory on Joe Clair, and bring us up to speed and why Joe Clair matters. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, beautiful. I'm glad. You know what? I'm glad you asked it that way. So my biggest claim to fame was a former VJ on BET in the early days. That's how Suge and I know each other.
Right.
And that's how most of the people I know in the music and in the hip hop culture, I met them through, as the host of Rap City on BET. This is not, and let me say it on your show. I did not host The Basement.
Yeah.
I hosted Rap City.
Right.
Tigger hosted The Basement, and moving forward, it was The Basement. We was outside.
Right, no question.
We was Rap City outside than a motherfucker.
Yeah, no question.
And I got that gig in 94. And I had up until 99. And so I was fresh out of Morgan State University when I got the gig. I was a social worker prior to that. And while I was, doing my little social worker thing, getting out of school, I became a stand-up comedian. So a year into becoming a comedian, I landed the Rap City job, or a year and some change, and it's been on ever since. I interviewed the greats in hip hop. I didn't realize we were sitting in a golden era at the time.
Right.
I was just doing me and really super excited to be able to be part of something that I knew just was as my culture. There was nothing foreign about hip hop. I'm from D.C. First, let me say this. I'm from Prince George's County. I'm from Seat Pleasant, Maryland. I'm outside of Washington, D.C.
Right.
And for those who don't know, you have to make that distinction. It's like if you say you from New York and they say what borough. If you from Queens, you gotta say Queens.
Right.
If you from Brooklyn, you gotta say Brooklyn. If you from Manhattan, you gotta say Manhattan. You gotta say Uptown. Yeah. So I'm from Seat Pleasant, Maryland. Anyway, so I made it into from Seat Pleasant, Maryland to become part of the hip hop culture was like a big thing for me at the time. I'm coming out of a black college at the time. This is when everybody was wearing X hats.
Of course.
And X Clan was the shit, and we was super black. And Gangstar was like one of the dopest things in the entire universe at the time.
Right.
You feel what I mean? And so I was just happy to be down, and it turned into me pursuing that Rap City job turned into like actually cementing me with hip hop in my own little way, like since then.
For sure.
Even on the news, like I just came from the news wearing this.
Right.
Everybody else on the news got on shirt, tie.
Yeah.
I had on this in my hat. I had on another hat like this. I was on the news killing them today. I was saying it.
Was good.
Killing them on some other shit today.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
because of those steps I made when I was, in my early 20s, it has colored my life in a very real way, and I have been involved in and around entertainment, media, and comedy, specifically in urban and hip hop for 30 plus years. That's why the fuck I'm important to talk to.
Right. Well,
that's why you matter.
Hey,
that's Suge like to say.
And that's great. Me, it's something else because, I've always followed you because it all connected at that time. 96 was when I was on the show and I had a single crush that was banging at the time.
Right.
And this is funny too, you might not remember, but we did the interview. Right, and I was perceived it was like a hardcore artist and underground hip hop. Just this big dude's rough, whatever. So we had a good ass interview, and then afterward, I was like, "So what do I do now?" Like, I went to my voice, and everybody in there, like everybody looked at me like, "Yo, is this really how he talk?" You know what I mean? Because I'm a jokester too. So after I came off all like, you know what I mean, I was like, "Okay, so what do we do now?" And I said, "Nah, I'm fucking with y'all." But I mean, I never forgot it because right after that I went to the Bahamas. That episode came on when I was over there. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm like, I was at the pool or something.
I know you was live and shit.
Yo,
I know you was live and shit when that joke hit the TV.
Yo, that like I said, I'm at the pool, doing some crazy shit. Like I'm having a cheeseburger and a strawberry daiquiri. You know what I'm saying? Right? And I'm chilling. Then they come deep in the Bahamas. They deep, like, oh, that's you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wow, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly what I had on and what we would, our whole thing just from that one moment. And it's frozen in time, like you said, because that's, 90s. So being on there with Joe connects to me being in the Bahamas, all that shit, right? It's crazy, man, for that time of my life. But like I said, I've always followed. I even remember you busting out a rap like around that time too. You had little raps though.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I still, listen, like, all right, so I can say this on your show. So I always could rhyme. I'm from DC though, so we don't really fuck with rapping like that. You know what I mean? At the time.
Right.
We are go-go city all day, every day, twice on Sunday. So hip hop was something you listen to on the radio, but you ain't really getting down. But me personally, I knew how to rhyme since the first time I heard Rappers Delight, I knew how to rhyme.
Right.
So by the time I'm in 4th, 5th grade and niggas started freestyling on the bus one time and I killed that shit.
Right.
My niggas was like, the fuck? How you? So I always knew how to rhyme, but at the time when I got on Rap City or when I was in my early 20s, comedy started paying the bill.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, we gonna go tell these jokes to get this money.
Of course.
And you make music when you can make music. And so I'm sitting here in my studio right now. I'm sitting in my studio. Y'all can't see my. Let me tilt the camera. You see my keyboard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here. This is my motif. My MP is right there. My mic is right here. I still do this. I put a project out in 2018 called New Music for Old Niggas. Mm-hmm. and that's where I'm at.
Right.
New Music for Old Niggas.
Hey, so what was it like? A compilation? You rhyming or what was it?
It's my tracks, my rhymes.
Okay.
5 records.
Oh, okay.
That's it. I should have sent you the video.
Yeah, of course.
You want to see the video, shit?
Yeah, we.
Hold up. Let me see. How can we get the video on this Zoom?
You have to click the 3 little dots in the middle of the screen, and then you'll say, well, first of all, close any screens that you don't want us to see. Right. I always like to say that. Then you go there, click the 3 dots.
Might be some booty and feet.
No, he might be his financials. I don't know what he was doing. Yeah. And then
I know what you meant.
You want to hit share my screen. and then whatever you're seeing, we'll be seeing.
Let me see if I can get that done, because I don't see share my screen. I see mute, stop video, blur my background, choose. Let me see if I can find it. And I'm gonna pull it first. Let me pull up the video. So yeah, it was 5 records. It was an EP, and I had produced for people. I had placements with tracks. And even back in the day, I had rhymed with a bunch of folks. Like I rhymed with the Outlaws. I'm on their album, on one of their albums.
Oh, cool.
They called me. You know, they flew me down to Houston to record with them.
I apologize. It's gonna say share content. It's right now. It says mute, stop video, share content. At least on my.
Oh, okay.
Make sure you hit that like and subscribe.
You know what
Chef
I'm saying?
Tanya, technicalities.
Assistant producer, thank you very much.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all think I'm just here for the look?
Let me see.
Nah, I'm here for the look. What I'm saying,
The mic is vibrating.
we all like assistants. We make it spaghetti.
Nah, it don't have it on my side, probably because I'm a guest.
Yo,
Do you have a computer in front of you?
I'm looking. Yeah, the computer right there. My
I
camera's
see. It's all good.
we'll
find it.
Anyway, I'm gonna have to shoot that to you.
Yo, you figure it. You send it to the email. Send it to us, and we'll check out.
Put a little mini video.
We'll check out the JOE other letters of his name. You know what I mean?
So I did the track,
right,
and I wrote the rhyme, and I'm in here right now. So that was in 2018. My dad passed right after that, and I kind of just like didn't put the record out and just didn't, do what I was supposed to do. So I was doing morning radio here in Washington, D.C., the Joe Clair Morning Show, up until 2021. So in 2021, pandemic hit, boom, ain't nobody listening in their cars listening to morning radio no more. Joe, you got to go. I'm like, cool, no problem. I still do comedy. I still do everything else. I own a coffee brand, and I own a cake company. Right. I do real estate, and I do all this other shit, right? Nice. So yeah, I got black ass family, and they want a lot of money, so daddy gotta hustle.
Right.
Gotta get that generational wealth.
Yeah, it's not a motherfucking game over here. Thank you for saying it. My wife does not play. Matter of fact, we can talk real estate after this. Yeah. Because I have a real estate lesson I want to teach everybody. So anyway, I fuck around and started doing a podcast every morning, January of last year, just to talk to the people, to keep myself active and all that. And about around May, I said, I wonder if they like this record. Now I had made this record in 2018, so in my mind, you know how we think about records. Oh, it's old. It's probably got an old vibe. It's 4 years old, 3 years old. Anybody gonna fuck with it? Boom, boom, boom. And I ran the record, and they loved it.
It's new. It's new if you never heard it, man. Like
exactly.
Me and Suge got a record we did in 2004, and it's like his favorite joint that I dug it up and found it. He's like, this is my favorite joint that we got.
It be like that. So I'm like, okay. So I run the record and I run it again and I run it a couple times. So then the next day on the podcast, they like run the video. I'm like, oh, for real? Like for real? And it's no comedy shit. It's no none of that. This is me going. This me doing my heart and my mind. This me removing all the preconceived notions about who I am and me getting on the mic and doing me, right? Rich Nice.
Okay.
One day, Rich Nice had popped in on my live. Rich said, "Send me the record." I said, "Send you the record for what?" My shit sitting on SoundCloud. Right. I'm a SoundCloud rapper, right? So he said, "Send me the record." I sent Rich the record, and about 5 days later, one of the dudes who's on my podcast sent me a screenshot of him running my joint with Heather B. And it was Heather B. and Rich ran they ran it into thumbs up, thumbs down category.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So I'm like, oh shit, they ran my joint up. I'm 50 fucking years old.
Don't matter.
How the fuck I get a record on the Kissing or Dissing? Fuck that, let's go. But of course, as soon as I saw that they played it, my heart immediately went right here in my throat, because I'm like, oh, did these niggas diss me? What did they say? I know they gave me the thumbs down. Oh, I know they sitting there saying this Joe Clair, get the fuck out of here with that shit. And but he recorded that too. And I got a unanimous, we love this fucking record.
Oh, that's dope.
Heatherby stopped everything and was like, Joe, I need you to know every call we took loved this record. I was blown away. That happened in maybe August of this year. I was blown away. And so for you and I, and for this discussion, I never stopped making music. I never stopped being what we are. This is me. This is us. We are the culture. And when I got into my 40s, I noticed that we was crying a lot about how they was taking our culture and doing whatever the fuck they wanted to with it, and us not having any real ownership moving forward. I heard it about jazz. I heard about R&B and soul. I heard it about the blues. I heard about everything else. And since I'm me in my own little corner of the world, I was like, well, you know what? Let me do my part. Because I got a 2-3 bookcases full of old jazz records that, you know, are extremely valuable now by guys who sat in their little ass corner of the world and made their music. And now that shit is what the fuck it's supposed to be. So that's my story. And I hope I'm inspiring anybody who still feel like they should be rhyming or making music or man, fuck that. Go for yours.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I was on and things like that. I do find for people who are inspirational, more than we probably even know. But I remember being on Jazz for Taz tour in Montreux, Switzerland, with Guru and, you know, some greats, Lonnie Liston Smith, Roy Ayers, Donald Byrd. So this is who we on the bus with touring. You know, we doing our thing.
So Lonnie, first of all, Lonnie Liston Smith, that's a Morgan State University graduate. I gotta get that love. And then Donald Byrd and my pops was actually personal friends. Donald Byrd was a professor while my dad was at Howard Law.
Yes.
Oh wow. They're my guys.
We used to talk about. Go ahead. We talked about all that shit because I still was me and, you know, roasting them and shit. Because me and Guru was the young dudes, you know what I mean? So them dudes just the classic. Bernard Purdy, shout out to Bernard Purdy, the drummer. And I said that to say this, that I met a couple of guys that were on tour over there as well. They were very, like at the time, they were old, like 70s, older than Donald Byrd and them guys. One guy, I can't remember his name, but he was a saxophonist. And I was like, damn, we smoking weed and shit. And I was like, damn, you out here on tour, huh? And he said, you know, hey, as long as I can still live and move, and I'm going to keep doing this. And he traveled all year. And this dude might have been 70 plus at the time. Donald Byrd and them gave me the education on who he was and what have you. But it was also inspirational to me, too, because I was like, yo, if you can move, you can grow. So therefore,
I know that's right.
As long as I'm going to keep on, you know, that's my whole feeling, me, too. You know, as I work on music still and movies and do different shit. So I'm inspired as well by you and what you're saying and the things that I aspire to do. You know what I mean? So it's crazy, man. As far as
man, that's good, man, good.
As far as though, you know, like knowing about when we said we talk about real estate and things like that too. To me, it was dope because you know, mentioned a few things that you did that came about hip hop and did your music stuff and the news. But then I find it to be very informative, the way you talk and the way, you know, you update people on what's going on with being a realtor and the real estate business. Oh, like, because I don't just get on the page or whatever because you're coming on the show. Like, I'd really be knowing, like, okay, this is what this cat, you know what I'm saying, is pushing out. Like our man Spud McKenzie, Positive K, you know, he be doing his comedy, right? So
exactly.
No question. So I already connected all of that shit, you know. But if you could, we want to know how important that, you know, real estate business is to you. And I see you're so effective in it. You know what I mean? And, you know, just the whole importance and how good it is for you and what you're doing with it, you know?
So for me, it turned into a way to actually really impact community. Right? A partner turned me on to real estate. He was like, you should flip houses, right? Joe. I moved back to Washington, D.C., to the area and took a radio job. And I'll go see my guy who's done very, very well in real estate. He's like, man, you need to get into this real estate. And I'm like, I am Joe Clair. I ain't thinking about no motherfucking real estate. I'm a comedian. This is what I do. He was like, nah, you need to get into it. So he talked me into it, and he gave me some valuable lessons. And one of the first things he said was, make sure you go get a license. He told me how flipping a house actually works, what the transaction should be, how you protect your ass and all that other stuff. But before you spend a dime, go get a real estate license. I said, okay, boom, no problem. I had been in the classroom in 20-something years.
Yeah.
But I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. I go back into the classroom, and I'm listening to this guy teach me how, and for anybody who's wondering, I took a real estate class. It was 4 hours a night, twice a week for 7 weeks. That's how quick this shit was. It only cost me a couple $100. Just like that, I was a realtor on some no bullshit. And you gotta take two tests. You gotta take the test. You gotta pass a local test and a national test. But if you can remember a rhyme, nigga, you can remember these facts.
That's what I'm saying.
So boom. So I went and became a realtor. But while I was in the class, I'm listening to how real estate is tied into every aspect of our lives, right? Every commerce, if you go to a grocery store, somebody owns that building. If don't nobody own that building, somebody owns that land. Somebody's paying rent on that motherfucker every day. That plays into politics of your community and politics of the entire country, because our biggest piece, piece of wealth, one of the biggest pieces of wealth that America has is property tax. So America taxes the property year after year after year after year after year. You got to pay for the motherfucking land.
Yeah.
And every piece of, that's why New York City is so built up upon, because it's so valuable. That land is scarce in New York City, the most popular place on the planet. That's why rents are sky high, and to buy something is sky high and everything else. So when I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, damn. I grew up in a predominantly black county and city, outside of a predominantly black city. Everybody I knew was black, and I hear us having the same issues that I heard when I was living in Los Angeles, that I heard when I was living in Atlanta, and when I lived in Jersey / the tri-state, right? So I'm like, on some no bullshit, since I'm on the radio and since I'm in the community and I'm back around my way, I can actually guide people into what they're doing right and or wrong when it comes to buying a home, selling a home, utilizing your home, for a home equity line of credit, or, some tapping into your equity, or if you want to invest in real estate, because my eyes are on that too. And through that, and through, trial and error, and, actually taking people out to see housing, I show up to a person's house and they be like, hey man, that's ain't you yeah. Hey man, I'm like, yeah, I'm, I'm like, I'm the realtor. But they're like, Joe, what you doing? I was like, I'm doing me. I know it looked crazy, but who didn't look crazy when they started something new?
Yeah, trust me.
You know what I'm saying? Who did look crazy? So I went for mine. So where I am now is, I get to educate people, right? Hopefully a percentage of those people become clients. I have an incredible team that I work with, and we cover it top to bottom. Everything from buying your first piece of property to investing in multifamily home. We get in on every level. And so the importance for me is, yes, it generates income, but it made me think about my personal assets a lot more, and putting them in the forefront of my mind, and realizing that I can own property in different places. I can maintain those properties in different places. I can gain passive income off of those properties. I can cash out and take that money, buy other assets that become passive income generating assets, and I can invest in like real estate funds and shit like that. So I'm a landlord, I'm an investor, and I'm a realtor all at the same time, while I'm sitting making music, telling jokes, and the rest of this shit. Because I'm vicious. Yeah. I'm from the greatest generation ever.
No question.
I love it.
I know we had
enjoying life and doing things.
We had somebody on here. We had somebody on here a few weeks ago. Shout out to Rampage. He just said, how many businesses he had? DL. Rampage. 8. He said, I got 8 businesses.
Plus being Rampage.
And then he says, some Rampage. and I'm rich. I was like,
I'm the richest rapper ever.
I was like, oh, for real, dog? I mean, I believe whatever the brother's telling me, but it's just something else.
Well, I think
he was explaining that shit, like, you know what I mean?
There comes, like, for some reason, people can't see you as more than one thing. And if you're doing something else, to them is like, oh, does that mean he's not successful, or she or whoever is not successful in this? No, you can be successful in many things. If you're like me, I have so many different interests. So that's a creative outlet, whether it's monetary beneficial or it's just a mental thing.
What the hell are you talking about?
He knows what I'm talking about. Like, everyone's like, oh, you Chef Tanya. Yes, I'm Chef Tanya. But I'm also on a series on Amazon. I'm an actress. I've been on the radio. You're more than one thing. And people, he's bringing more education and more light to those things, because people may only know him as, oh, he was the host, or he that's where I'm going.
And I think that's part of what our generation just embraced. At least the hip hop part, we was like, yo, we gonna go for ours. So I saw, I watched guys who were started out handing out flyers, become record label president. You know what I mean? Like, and in that range is what he did. This motherfucker do everything. He done moved. Look at what you know Kenny Byrne. Mm-hmm. Look at Kenny Byrne. Kenny Byrne just finished holding down a radio show in one of the biggest black radio market in the country. We talking Kenny Burns, who was the A&R.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think our generation. See, somebody calling my phone from China. See, I don't like that.
Yeah. Well, he tried.
Scam likely. No.
They try to get some. They try to get some property. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hey, if it all works.
That's true. Actually.
Maybe I should. Hold on. Let me call him back.
Actually.
Hey, I'll tell you what though. I feel like if everybody can't see a person is doing more than one thing, that's because everything they read is in Braille. So I'm trying to do my shit and be seen and keep it moving, so we can, as we live, we give. Just like as we say in the show, as we grow, we glow. It's the same shit. You know what I mean? But I got a question. Go ahead. Yep. You got something?
I was gonna bring it back to hip hop for one question before,
he got about 80.
Then go into comedy.
No, he got 85 jobs, man.
What? Ask your question.
No, go ahead.
All right. So I
could keep going, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
When did you say you left BET? Like 2000?
99.
99. All right. So 99. That was about 5 years before YouTube. But do you think YouTube killed those kind of shows?
Yeah and no. I mean, so we made video shows because, all right, let's put it this way. Bob Johnson became a billionaire off of video. Mm-hmm. Videos were free. It was free content. So I would say that's the precursor to YouTube.
Yeah.
I might even say that, Silicon Valley was watching the shit. He became a billionaire off of them kind of videos. Well, can we just run the motherfuckers through the computer?
Right.
We don't need a network. Can we just run it through? They may have taken that. But those types of shows, but not those types of personalities. Because right now, Charlemagne, for better or for worse, Joe Biden had to come and talk to Charlemagne.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Joe Biden, the motherfucker who's running for president, had to come talk to Charlemagne. We remember when Charlemagne started.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He had to go talk to Charlemagne. So I met Charlemagne, and Charlemagne was like, yo, I watched you every motherfucking day. I knew what the fuck you did. So I'm like, oh, this is just the evolution. This is just how that, for me, that whole arc plays out. So while the people who do what I do may not be showing videos anymore, we still out here getting it. We're interviewing. We doing this.
Yeah.
Look at shit. Freak Champs, Earn Your Leisure, Joe Budden,
$1 million,
Charlemagne,
$1 million worth of game. Yeah, that's my favorite one.
I mean, those people are playing at a level. You see what level they're playing at, but they the same as us.
Yeah,
right. That's true.
They the exact same. Nori, just us with liquor.
Yeah.
The greatest shit ever. Brilliant.
I mean,
brilliant.
And then the time coming through at that time, it's funny too because the difference. Like for instance, when I went to do the interview with you, when I walked in, so they used to play these videos on all that, these panels and shit was playing the video of the day type of shit. And I see Crush video on all them shits. And everybody in there is like, hey, Sugar, hey, Sugar, hey, Sugar. I said, wow. Right, so that element is different now. Like, you know what I mean? Because and then you go in the room and you're sitting there, and, you know, boom, and that, you know. But back then you were seeing your shit everywhere like that, and that was the main focus. Where now it's multi shit. You know what I mean? Do you feel that waters though down this music thing and this video show thing, or you know what I mean?
I actually think that it helped because now you gotta be. There's a reason why somebody's tuning into you and not everybody else.
That's true.
And for me, that is us taking ours back.
Right.
Used to be that the networks put out there whoever the fuck they put out there. I had to hustle my ass off to make it to BET to be able to get in the door, right? And so they put me in, and boom, you the guy they shoot out the cannon. If you on now and you gaining viewers, it's because you pick up your motherfucking phone and you hustle that shit every day. You turn on your camera every day. It's you, and the people who came to see you fuck with you. Now that says a whole lot more about the nature of what we do to me than the old system. And you know, I have a nostalgia for the old system, but the old system is the old system. Yeah, the new way is, you know, knock it out do it your way. I have there's a platform that I'm about to join, that I'm the face of, but I'm about to take my morning show to. It's called ShareZo, and a black guy here in Maryland built a platform that's the same as like Patreon or any other Vimeo or any other any other video platforms. He built one specifically for comedians, and it allows us to monetize our shit ourselves, right? I'm like, that's the evolution. That's the where we going. You see how like Disney took all their content back and put it on their Disney channel. Yeah. So it's time for each individual to take all your shit back off. You can put it on your own shit and monetize your shit your way. And since we living in that time, yeah, I don't think it's watered down. I think it made motherfuckers come to see you for a reason. And you ain't got no videos to lean on. Yeah. Like I had video, I could cut to the video. Yeah,
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no video to lean on now.
Yeah,
you feel me?
You wanted to say some.
So I think we living in. I think we should on some no bullshit. I think we living in a dope ass time, man. I think that, you know, us being able to see, like, we saw Curtis Blow when he was new,
right?
And we get to be around to see, you know, I can talk to you. I can actually sit here in my basement and talk to you like it's some world class shit. Right. You feel me?
It is. It is because we on here talking. You right. It's world class right now, baby. You know. Right. Hey, what you want to say, Kobe?
So, where we live in New England, and I'm gonna switch it to comedy real quick because I got a comedy question because I'm a huge comedy fan. I'm not a stand-up. I don't have the delivery, but I write it very well. Like I do. I have a show called The Weekend Warriors. It's on Amazon. Suge's on there. We're all on there. Tanya's on there. But we come from a place that's like known for comedians. I'm talking Conan O'Brien, Dennis Leary, Bill Burr, Patrice O'Neal. You know what I mean? Like, but so do you, because
Sam J.
Everybody, when they hear DC comedy, they think of Dave Chappelle. But you guys did have a lot, like Whitney Cummings, right? She came from there, right?
Everybody.
Patton Oswalt came from there.
So not only we have Dave Chappelle, Martin Lawrence.
Oh, shit.
Martin Lawrence from around the corner. Martin Lawrence is from around the corner from here.
He's one of the best ever. Most underrated.
Tommy Davidson.
Okay.
Very
wow.
Good.
Tommy Davidson's from the other part of town. Wanda Sykes started here.
Yeah. She tried to sue me.
Shout
out Wanda Sykes.
Earthquake.
He's like earthquake.
Hell yeah.
Earthquake is from Southeast Washington, D.C. You have there's a brother named Teddy Carpenter.
Okay, I don't know him.
There's a brother named Real Battle. Pierre, T-Rex, myself, Dominique. Donnell Rollins is from around the corner.
What about Jay Farrow? Is he really from out there?
Jay Farrow's from Virginia Beach.
Oh, okay.
Area.
Wow. Okay.
Jay Farrow's from that area. So we take comedy very, 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 very. Chico Bean from 85 Soft Show is from DC. We take comedy very seriously here in the DM, and that's them just the ones I can remember.
So
not to mention
you guys rival New York and LA. Then I feel like with the names that with the.
Well, that's how we feel. In black comedy, there is a bit of who's the best.
Okay.
Rival. Not necessarily. I won't say rivalry or beef, but it is a discussion we have all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And right now, Chicago has its chest out heavy because Dion Cole, Corey,
Holcomb.
Holcomb, D-Ray, Corey Holcomb, D-Ray, and the list, Lil Rail, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on of greats coming out of Chicago. And but New York is an incredible town as well. But we take it seriously, and I'm one of the guys who's always on the undercard.
That's cool.
When you come to the show, but it's gonna be a good motherfucking fight.
That's what I'm saying.
You're like, damn, I ain't even know Joe Clair can fight like that.
Yeah,
I'm that comedian.
It's harder for the opener.
It
is.
It's an event. You know what I'm saying? So
you come to my comedy show, and this is one of the points that I luckily at this age I'm getting to show again. Matter of fact, I'm going out on tour with Samore, the great Samore, the great queen of comedy.
Wow.
The great queen of comedy, Samore, has put me on a bunch of her dates this year. And I produce my own comedy shows here locally. And I get to show people, how I get down. Matter of fact, I'm in Rochester on goddamn Saturday night.
Oh, okay, you moving.
I'm in Rochester, New York this Saturday.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna let my girl know she live out there.
Yeah, come tell your folks over to Rochester, come fuck with your boy, me and Tyler.
It's crazy
That's dope.
some more, that's the one who's is Nia Long's sister, right?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, okay, I remember that fact.
What?
Yeah, everybody don't know that fact.
You didn't know
Mr.
that,
DL
yeah.
caught up in that.
You know what else you probably didn't know?
She beautiful.
You might know this one though, right? Right?
Don't say it, Big
why
Shot.
did Mickey break up with Minnie?
I took too long. What?
You know, right, Joe?
Nah, why?
He said nah.
Because she was fucking goofy. You know what I'm saying? Yo. Hey, yo. You can park at that shit right there. Yo.
We gotta keep them jokes alive. You need that type of shit in your life.
Hey, yo, I heard that shit. I don't know where, whatever, man. I was like, yo, come on, man. And I'm laughing my ass off. You know what I mean? I was like, wait a minute, hold up. I'm not even making the triangle and shit. I'm like, I seen this shit like,
Yeah.
But I got a question for you.
Yep.
And now this is gonna be a little different because usually I would probably recite, what's the name? J-O-E. We like to know your 10 favorite MCs.
Please.
I might have said that, but since you're a man of many hats, the omnipotent one. You know what I mean? So I want you to give us 5 of your favorite MCs, all right? I want you to give us also 5 of your all-time great comedians.
Wow, this is new for our 51st episode.
So that's super. Who you want first, the comics or the?
However you want to serve it, man.
Well, let's start with the comics. We just had this discussion today on my live, my podcast this morning. Eddie Murphy is one of the greatest forces, ever. Like they will be talking about Eddie Murphy and studying him for, the next 100 years. If you look at what this man was able to do.
James Brown hot tub. Just study,
Right.
just study that. Why it's still funny.
The illest part about that is we're named James Brown Hot Tub goes all the way back to when Eddie Murphy was 20 years old. Eddie Murphy's about to be 60 or might have just hit 60.
That's what I mean. That's why I use that, because it's still funny and it's one of the first things he did. And he saved the show that might have went off the air after 3 or 4 seasons and now is going on like 50 seasons. He saved.
So we can look at Eddie Murphy, and you know Donkey on Shrek, and he just did Dolomite. He's about to do the George Clinton biopic.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's dope.
You can, Eddie Murphy just so vicious.
Yeah.
And he's still funny as shit. Last night he just killed the Golden Globe. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, I didn't see it. I gotta watch it. Oh man.
So we talking Eddie Murphy. So that's Eddie. Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
Oh, you definitely. Come on. That's it.
And here was the thing for me about Bernie Mac is that it was so bluntly finessed.
Right.
He was blunt, but he had finesse. And a lot of times people are just blunt and it's no finesse with it. The shit is horrible. He had blunt and finesse and nuance, even though he was so fucking heavy.
Yeah.
So Bernie forever.
Can I stop you real quick? Can I stop you at Bernie? Is it true or is it folklore that he used to sell shows on the subway? Like you'd buy a seat to see him perform on the subway. That's so cool, man.
That's the story I heard.
Happy after that show. He'd be like, "Oh, he was great."
That's what I heard.
I think that's amazing. So go ahead, sorry.
Robin Harris.
Right.
Come on.
Robin Harris. I got Robin Harris's Baby Kids album when my senior year in college, and prior to that, I had seen the Robert Townsend special when he was on that jump. Talking about Dick Gregory and the goddamn, and I was like, whoever that motherfucker, I don't know everybody else, but whoever that is, now that's fucking funny. Now, and maybe it's because of how I digest funny or what I think is funny, but Robin Harris, for me, god damn, he was fucking hilarious. So that's Eddie, Bernie, Robin Harris. There's no denying what Dave Chappelle means to comedy, not only in America, for the world. You can't deny it. There's come on, Dave Chappelle. And then for number 5, I'm going to have to say I cannot make a number 5 because there's too many people that could fit that number 5 if we're talking about importance.
Yeah.
Because there's so many comedians that I can name. Some are famous, some are not, that are just smoking white, fucking hot, funny. And their frame of mind, like how they see the world and how they were able to interpret the world through comedy, it's immeasurable and they gotta go in there. But if I start naming a person, I'm gonna leave out too many. Mm-hmm. So, you can go down that line. I mentioned Martin Lawrence. I mean,
talking
one
shit.
Of my best friends,
one of my favorite.
One of my best friends in the world is a sister named Dominique. Dominique was on the first season of Chappelle's show. She's out touring now, and I mean, it's just she did my New Year's Eve show with me this past 2 weeks ago, and I mean, just goddamn, it's so fucking funny, and she's so talented, and it's just too many people for me to name. Cool. So. Those my comics. Now let's talk about MC.
It's crazy. One thing before you go on to the MCs though, there's a couple of although he was great and I agree too, Eddie Murphy, there's a couple of movies he could have left out. But go ahead, man. You know what I'm saying?
But which one didn't you like?
But that's everybody.
That's true.
What didn't you like? Which ones? Do you remember which ones you didn't like?
I mean, there's movies Eddie tell you I ain't supposed to do that motherfucking movie. But it's every career got a few duds. And,
I like Eddie Murphy. That's why I was just curious.
Well, it was the one where he was the fat dude, Clump, whatever, too.
The Nutty Professor? Yeah, you didn't like that? Women be shopping. You didn't like that movie?
Man, listen, my mother would not touch Delirious. My mother, when she thought Eddie Murphy was the most vulgar. His mouth.
Yeah.
She could when the clumps came out, my mother would see every one. And my mother, let me put it in perspective. My mother was a a professor emeritus at George Washington University for creative writing. She's the first African American in the English department. He didn't fuck with none of that. When the clumps came out, she gonna see the goddamn clump.
That's fucking crazy.
That good-hearted movie.
Oh, she loves all of them shit.
He was a, like you're
when
saying.
When they started farting and I seen my mother laugh, my mother was the most cerebral and intellectual, blah, blah, blah. When I seen her laughing at the fart, I said, Eddie Murphy's a motherfucking genius. Yeah, no bullshit. Hey, Suge on some no bullshit. Let me tell y'all a true story. I came home one day. My wife was watching Metro. Eddie Murphy made a movie called Metro. It was him and Michael Rappaport.
Yeah.
Were in this movie. And I had never seen Metro since the motherfucker came out.
Right.
And so I come in the house and she lay in the bed eating popcorn, watching Metro. I said, okay, cool, I'll watch it with you. Cool movie. I come home the next day, she watching Metro again. I said, hold the fuck up. I ain't never seen nobody watch Metro twice. Yeah. She said, oh, this is my movie. I said, this your movie? She said, I had this on VHS. I said, you had this on VHS?
When he came out. Oh, sorry.
So the point I'm making is,
I got you.
While we be thinking, he shouldn't have made that
somebody
movie,
out there.
Somebody loves Pluto names.
Hey, one more before the MC. So I remember Eddie Murphy telling the story about he was supposed to be in Rush Hour instead before Chris, and I'm saying and then they asked him, well, what do you feel about that? He said, of course we know Chris made it great, too, but Eddie's like, yo, I fucked up, cause he said after he seen what it was. Yeah, so we all could have seen that he could have played that part. We all know. You know what I mean? So
it's so crazy. He came from that 48 hours with Nick Nolte. Nick Nolte, right? Not Nick Nolte. Who was it? Nick Nolte? Yeah.
Nick Nolte.
So Nick Nolte was the star of that movie. I'm quoting it right here. But the whole movie is Nick Nolte saying, hey, Eddie Murphy's character, what are we going to do? What are we going to do, Eddie Murphy's character? This and that. So they knew right away that, I'm sure it wasn't written that way originally, but when they showed up to set and they just saw, I was like, they changed that whole movie because they knew that guy was a star.
Go ahead, Joe, man.
That's called star power. That man got it, and that's why I give it to Eddie.
I'm sorry.
Right, so
I'm sorry we detoured a little bit. Go ahead.
No problem. So, in terms of MCs, now, this is hard for me to say too, but let's get into 5.
Jump on it. Now, go ahead.
Now, first, so. The first time I heard KRS-One rhyme, me being from outside of Washington, D.C., I was at Morgan State University. It was a brother in... Oh, did I freeze?
Yeah, you froze.
No, did he?
What the fuck is going on?
Oh, he did.
I don't know. I said, damn, he's a ventriloquist too?
Hold up.
He's a
don't tell me. Hold on, don't y'all move.
It's the danger zone. That's
all good. We're here. I think the answer froze the screen.
I was like, that's a pretty neat trick, Joe.
Yeah, that was good.
I think I might need to charge. Oh, I need to charge the battery on that camera. My bad, y'all. But hold on, let me switch.
It's all good. We're here at the Danger Zone Podcast.
Switch cameras.
Hit that like button. Subscribe.
Let me switch cameras. Hold up. Boom.
Follow the show.
So there we go.
Oh, nice. Oh, the fucking.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Hey, like they once said, the game might be prosthetic, but you got to stay on the good foot. You understand what I'm saying?
Stay on the good foot. Keep it pushing.
That's what I'm saying. So let's get him.
So
that's a good line.
So
he goes, yo, right there. Delete that from the podcast.
Go ahead.
Hey, run this.
They wildin' real quick.
So KRS-One, I got introduced to him my freshman year of college, and I said, what is his name? He said, it's KRS-One. And I was like, what is that? What the, huh? And he said, knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone. I said, oh, that's his name? He said, yeah, that's his name. I said, that's his name? I said, that's somebody's name? Somebody walking around calling themselves knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone? Yeah. I said, okay. I dig that. And then I started hearing the rhyme.
You think he had that acronym first, or he came up with it later? What do you think?
I have no idea. I was a kid from, as far as New York was concerned, I was from the country. You talk from the country, so for me, I was like, nah, I didn't know what that meant. But when I heard him rhyme, and I was immediately just like blown away, right? So Chris is always gonna be, somebody who if I have to make a mark of how I've been influenced through hip hop, Chris, first and foremost. Then along the way there were MCs that just like, knocked me out. There was Chuck D.
Nice.
There was I gravitated to Chuck. I gravitated to Keith.
Yeah.
Off the break. So because I heard Manifest, right? And I knew the sample. I ain't gonna say the sample. Tell Primo I ain't gonna say the sample. But I knew the sample.
Sure they know.
I knew the sample from Manifest from the jazz shit that I knew. Right? But the rhyme is a monotone. So I was like, who is this? And so then I go by step into the arena, and I'm just like, okay. So for a good time, he got my whole mind. But from listening to him, I then go into, MCs that was different. Buckshot. When Buckshot came out, I was just like stuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I heard Buckshot rhyme the first time, I was like, how is this even a person?
Yeah.
But then Redman came out, and I was like, oh God.
Yeah.
And then, but then I heard Jay rhyme on the joint with him and Ski. When they was, I want to say, was it Original Flavor was the name of the group?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yo, Ski, can I get open?
Yeah.
No. Can I get open? Then and on the end of that record, Jay-Z, give it a remember. Like, okay, whoever the fuck that is, that nigga's crazy. I let it go. And then Dead Presidents, the album come out, right? By that time, I was turned off to gangster music. There was Jazzmatazz at the time. There was 3 Feet High Rising and Balloon Mind State and all that other shit at the time. And then you had all the West Coast niggas who was, the Freestyle Fellowship and all that. So I didn't have to listen to gangster shit, but it was the shit at the time. And I got the Dead Presidents album, and at this time I'm on Rap City.
You said Freestyle Fellowship.
I'm on Rap City, and I listened to, I listened to that album, Reasonable Doubt. I listened to the Reasonable Doubt album, and it didn't hit me, right? And then one night I was sitting in the house. This is no bullshit. I had a Friday night off. I ain't had to go tell no jokes, and I ain't had to do no rap shit. I'm in my house smoking out, and I let Reasonable Doubt run, and I heard Regret. So for my next rapper that I got a name in my file, once I heard Regrets, I was like, it ain't no rappers like Jay-Z.
Yeah.
I agree to that.
He's not my favorite, but I think if there was a correct answer, that they were like, who's the best rapper ever? And there was a correct answer, I think it would be him.
I mean,
he Regrets knocked me, because all them other records was big ass records, but when I heard him say, I sold it all from crack to OPM in third person, I don't want to see him. So I'm rehearsing with my peoples out of GM from a remote location in the BM, scoping the whole situation like, damn, met him. I was like, ain't no rapper have ever rapped from that perspective. Every rapper was, I got the gun and I shoot you and I'm the hand-to-hand nigga. He's like, nah, I'm all the way back here. I'm the nigga that's back here in the car watching this shit go down. I was like, oh, had never heard that before. Man. Then on the second verse, when he talked to his mother, I was like, okay. Man, he switched the whole shit up.
It's crazy too, cause Jay.
And then my bad. No, then the last verse. Then on the last verse, when he talked to his dead homie, I had never heard no rapper do that. and I had never heard a rapper do it so effectively. And I knew since everybody else wasn't listening to that record, I knew that I was like that. Okay, Slim going somewhere else.
Yeah,
Slim gonna be a whole different kind of rapper, and on. You seen the trajectory.
Yeah.
I just seen something. It was crazy. Just briefly, and we appreciate that list too.
And one thing I want to add before you go on, show. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm downstairs in my basement. My vents are open, and my whole room smell like fried chicken while we having this
I know
that's motivation.
My wife frying chicken upstairs. My bad. Now go on.
Oh, good. I can understand I can understand the temporary insanity.
Now I can smell the
But some real shit though. I was just thinking. God. So Jay-Z slid through the game. And not only with the lyrical prowess that he has, but, with the platinum and all that stuff, with the jewelry. Like, he introduced that to the game, the whole thing. They went crazy with it. Now it's so dope. They took a picture of him sitting on the sideline watching the basketball game. And he had he had no jewelry, he got the mad, the homeless dreads. But, he got some shits, right?
You're watching the Danger Zone.
He got on a fucking $2.1 million watch. They said one of only a certain kind. And it was so fly because Jay came through, like, he was pushing all that other madness, and then, he got to his point. He's a billionaire, obviously, But he's sitting at this game chilling with one watch. That's $2 million. You know what I mean? So, speaks for itself on that side. But listen.
Knock the game out.
Man,
Knock the game out.
We appreciate you coming through. I think Tanya want to ask you a little something. She might want some chicken or something. But no.
I would want some chicken. He said fried chicken. I could smell the grease. That's how effective that was.
No, he said wife fried chicken.
I'm sure
so
she's putting her foot
when you
in
put your
name,
your wife's name on the front of it, he's on some shit like
exactly.
So it's
that should be. I make the chicken to be partly burnt. Her chicken be perfect.
Yeah, a basket.
She's a professional. She's a professional.
Right.
We want to know, what are your socials? If people want to get in touch with you, whether it be real estate, music, the news, where should we look?
All at Joe Clair. All of it at Joe Clair across Instagram.
Well, spell your name, in case somebody doesn't know.
My bad. JoeClair. JoeClair. And do me a favor, go check out I'm on. So this year, yes, I got on all platforms with my music. So go check out Gone, Gone is the name of the song.
Now he's spelling the song names. It's great.
Produced by me. You got it.
Yeah, we got
Look it up.
Sure. Hey, it's funny. I was thinking about you, being a comedian. Some shit I seen too on your thing where I was like Joe B. Clair. You know what I mean? Because being a host artist, a host or what have you, Joe B. Clair. But then I say some shit you had said. The nigga's name was Chris B. Bacon. Right,
the Commander's mascot.
You had me rolling on that.
Bacon. When I seen that shit, I died. Send me that
me
shit,
too.
I cried.
When you said it, his name was Chris B. Bacon, and then you said it again. I saw, Chris B. Bacon, like it was some fake shit, but it was real. So I caught that.
Exactly.
Hey, listen, Joe, we appreciate you coming through, man.
Man, thank y'all. Thank
you so much.
I appreciate it.
And man, listen, y'all, check this out. The Danger Zone Podcast, episode 51 with Joe Cleese. You know what I mean? Joe Clair. Had a great time. We appreciate you, man. And peace.
Go get that fried chicken. Buen provecho, as we say.
I'll see y'all niggas later.
Yeah. Running this shit.
Peace, y'all.
Peace. So, put it a drum roll. So we come to the end of the season. And at the end of the season, before we embark on the playoffs, the final tally is what?
What's that?
Start with the lowest to the highest.
Oh, the lowest.
Oh, why? Because
That's dope.
He said that's dope.
Hold on.
Well, just, build it up. Like Mr.
He means
Mr.
we're trying
America.
to build up the intensity.
Like Mr. America or something.
Right, exactly.
You said I was second place, third place. I know, but.
All right.
We want to hear that voice, Big Shug.
Yeah.
What you so?
All right, so in fourth place with 147 wins with 122 losses is me.
Bang, bang. And who's next?
Next is with 155 wins, 114 losses. Shift on the phone.
I got a bronze. I got a bronze medal. Woohoo!
Telemundo. No,
Boricua.
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 Coming in an incredibly close race for the top. With 160 with 109 losses. Mr. DL.
Oh, 160. Oh, good.
160.
Hey.
With the winner being with one game difference.
Wow.
161.
Damn Packers.
No, you know what? I'll tell you what it was. Yo, listen.
Congrats, big shot.
Is this the end of it, or are we going to do
No, but those are separate entities. You know, this is the season. This is it. Now,
got it.
Now we're going to do
Understood.
the playoff, and then the Super Bowl is different.
We never spoke about this. So
yeah, we did. You just don't know.
I probably don't.
Because it makes sense.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to have an end of the season, then you got to go on. Because initially, remember, we everybody jumped on board, so here we are. But I appreciate it. Thank you. We'll find some applause for that and shit. But it was cool because you know what I mean. Because last week, when I said the two games that you picked, when you caught, I said this might catch you up.
Yeah.
It was Buffalo was one of them.
Yeah, Buffalo.
Because I was like, I didn't go against the Patriots the whole entire year. I straight homered it.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Every week. And the other one was you won with the Carolina Panthers when we all picked the Saints. So that matched it. But then
the Packers.
Well, we all picked the Packers. But you know where you goofed up? You want to goof up? You know where you goofed up?
Where?
Chi-Town.
I don't know, but he's gonna tell us.
You picked Chicago. That was like, and that's when I was following. I was like, I got him. Right? Because Chicago was like,
how many points did they lose?
And he also picked the Bears.
Yeah, that's Chicago.
Well, damn, hun. Well, Chicago is.
I'm sorry.
That didn't come. That didn't come over there from my kid. That was y'all are messing shit up.
Oh, you want to make jokes before?
Hey, y'all are messing shit up. That was a good one. She said, "Well, you had one team that lost twice." No. That's what made him lose. He had one team that lost twice.
Yes, against the Vikings.
But yeah, it was pretty tight.
I'm sorry.
I mean, it seemed like you got more involved as the time went on, as far as knowing the way you were riding it too. Because week to week now.
Well, I know all the teams. I know all the who's better, who's this and that. But I don't watch 16 games a week. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like full games. I don't watch 16 games.
I only watch.
I barely watch a half.
I only watch Monday night. I watch a half. I watch Monday night. I watch Thursday. But not all the games. It'd be like one game on the pitch.
Yeah.
And I always watch the Patriots. You know what I'm saying?
I watch the wrap ups, the NFL weekly wrap up, who played.
I felt too that
it gives you the synopsis.
Like there was some teams I knew weren't gonna win, but I was playing probably at that point made picks not to lose instead of to win. Because some teams they just like the Colts weren't gonna win even though it was tight. And excuse me.
God bless it.
God bless. When you said with like when I was seeing things play out, like the Saints.
You picked the Packers? I thought you picked the Lions.
No, we all picked the Lions.
Remember
the Packers are on a run?
Yeah, but
Let's go back to your I'm just thinking about the conversation.
That would give you an extra point. I'm just saying. I thought you guys picked.
We all picked. Remember, we was like, we can't pick Detroit because they lose, and then
pick the Lions,
and then the Packers was on a roll. Like, look, they got beat. Nobody didn't expect them to get beat.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I thought they would make the playoffs, and they got. We all picked so many of the same teams, except for I know those games. You picked the Panthers. You picked what was the other one?
Chicago,
Buffalo, and Chicago.
Buffalo, yeah.
That's like Chicago. Like Chicago's like, and if you pick not Chicago, obviously, or the Bears, right? Yo, if you didn't pick one of them shits, you know what I mean? Hey,
I'll just be quiet now.
and also no. So listen, I appreciate you. I get that chicken dinner. Basically, how it works anyway. It's like a $40 whatever. So we figure out how we do it. But anyway,
I thought you said we figured it out.
well, no, the money we didn't figure.
The
It's a
money
chicken
is
dinner.
where's the money?
Oh, it's all good.
It's a
Okay.
chicken. Yeah, it's a chicken
Dinner.
dinner.
Second place buys it.
Yeah. Everybody who loses is the contributors to the loss. That's what it is. Hey, but other than that, it was good. It was fun because initially it was just going to be me. And then Maria was like, I'll do it too. And then you guys were like, so it made it more, it made it more,
It made it more
something
funner.
to look at. And believe it or not,
More funner, yeah.
believe it or not, people listen to you. You'd be surprised. Listen to the picks that you're making.
Yeah.
Like, if people do that, I'm telling you, they'd be like, yo, well, so-and-so, Mr. Yale said so-and-so, or this took, what Suge did, or Chef Ty. That's, people do that even though you don't even, they're not going to come on the podcast and say, hey, I listened to that, but I'm telling you, that's how people do because they think that everybody's a gambler. You know what I'm saying?
Wait. I think I fucked up on the Giants-Eagles game, too.
No, we all picked the Eagles.
Yes, you did. No, DL picked the
I
Giants.
thought she picked the Giants.
I think.
No. Tanya picked the Giants.
Yeah,
Oh,
we picked
okay.
the Eagles.
I thought
Let's
I
go
Yeah, we
see
picked
it.
the
You can
Eagles.
see it.
Angry.
I thought.
We all picked
I'm just
the
getting
Eagles.
everything wrong.
And she said, I'm going to go with my Giants. And then you were like the Eagles. I was like the
Sorry.
Eagles. And she went the Eagles. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Gotta have some loyalty. I mean, just like you were Patriots all the way. But I get criticized.
I don't have one more, but I mean, that shit was. Remember, you called up to me last week and it was 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
That was good. That
and
was a close
Chicago
one.
got you. And Chicago, if you didn't,
Damn, Chicago.
If you picked what we picked, then right now me and you would have tied out. You know what I'm saying?
I think I did great.
Oh, yeah, you did.
y'all.
You did wonderful. Me too.
For like,
Now, you
for,
did do-
my,
hey,
for what I
listen.
watch and my knowledge.
Hey, you did excellent.
We
You
did
know what I
great.
mean?
Excellente.
I'm glad it wasn't like
Hey.
no wins.
2.
Right? Exactly.
2 teams in
You
1.
did good.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's like that
We'll
commercial.
be better next year. We'll be fine.
Hey, it's like this. 2 teams in 1. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's like
I
a.
don't know what you're saying.
Well, that was a gum commercial.
Okay.
Yeah, it was two mints in one.
Two what?
Wasn't it?
Double mint gum?
Oh, double mint gum. You tell her. She said it's 2 mints.
It's no. That's you're both right.
Yeah, it's like this. Like they had the 2
It was like
packages.
2 kinds of mint: spearmint and peppermint.
They
I
used to
think.
bang the 2
Oh,
packages
boy.
together. Man, stupid.
You guys are so old.
I was
Yo.
just gonna say someone's gonna
That
pull
is
up that
kinda-
commercial and
that
be
is
like,
kind of old. Well, listen,
like
I'm
from
older.
the
I'm
80s.
older than Tanya, but she knew the about that Chunky. That's old as hell.
Chucky?
what?
Yeah,
Chucky?
You don't remember.
Chunky or Chucky?
You don't even watch the whole shows, do you?
What?
Yo,
Boricua.
Chucky? I don't understand.
Listen, look at that.
Chucky the doll?
I thought they watched the show. You don't even watch
What
it.
show? Who?
Chunky is when I mentioned on the show last week about the candy bar Chunky.
Oh yeah, the candy
That's
bar.
what I
I thought
just
you said.
said.
I thought
Yeah,
you said
I
a
didn't
show.
get it.
I'm like, I don't know
No, I
no show
just
with
said to
Chunk.
her,
And then I was
the
thinking
candy bar
Chunk
Chunk.
from the Goonies.
No.
So like, my brain was like, but yeah, I know what a
That's what I'm saying. I
No one's talking about your hall
Silver
pass.
wrapping.
Stop
red
talking about your hall
letters.
pass.
I was
So-
saying I'm that
wait,
much.
what?
I said I was that much older
Stop.
than you.
Okay.
But you knew about Chunkies, which was when I was like a kid. That's why. That's
We agree.
I don't know what that is.
We agreed. Chunk from the Goonies is your hall pass.
Chill.
I
Chunk,
know what you're talking about.
Chunk from the
But there ain't
Goonies.
nothing wrong with a dad bod.
Yeah, ain't nothing with it.
Okay.
With a chunk from the
Here come
Goonies.
cover season.
Google.
Watch out.
The candy bar chunk.
Oh my god.
You can have both.
So, what, do we know the matchups for the playoffs
Yes,
yet?
that's what we're going. Okay.
We absolutely do.
So
To
listen,
the next level.
this is how we're going to chop it up right
Okay.
now. So this is the next stage of the game.
Okay.
So you remember this is the playoffs
I'll
now.
probably forget.
So the playoffs now is a steak dinner.
Oh,
All right.
What?
So
I don't like.
if you don't eat steak,
Pass.
One person,
you gotta
right?
get something else. No. You can see
Steak's
You're
good.
one.
Why are
No,
you
no, they're
picking?
for families because
What do you mean this for family?
this-
Your family's
you ask
not
a
on the
question.
show except
You
for
a-
real
You ask
love.
a question.
No.
Let me tell you something.
Big shit.
If you get a
no
chicken
offense,
dinner,
but you look like
if
you
you
eat
get
for
a chicken
two. That's
dinner,
already expensive.
if you get a chicken dinner, right? If you get a chicken dinner, right?
Sorry.
Yourself, how much you think it's gonna cost you?
You can share with
Chicken
your wife
dinner?
if you
Yeah,
want.
for real, seriously.
For myself?
Yes.
I don't know, like $19.
I mean, so $20 probably gonna be the minimum.
$12.
But we have 4
I don't know
people
what
in the
you guys
pot,
eating.
so you need $40.
I'll give you
So you can
a
go
gift
to-
card for the Outback
so you
for
can go to
you, and then
KFC.
you can feel like
I'm
it's like
not
a buy
KFC,
one get one
KFC.
free. You buy your
Popeyes,
wives.
You ain't going to
Popeyes,
Popeyes.
you know?
You ain't going to Popeyes with $20. But anyway, so
Like if Real
Okay,
Love
so
wins,
many bloomin'
it'd be
onions.
like
It's not even funny.
$50, and then she got to
So-
pick either her kids or her husband, who she's
Yeah.
gonna pick. It's like
So
a buy
listen.
one get one.
All right. Well,
so listen.
so we're going playoffs.
So we're going steak off. We're going steak off.
Steak offs.
We're going to steak off playoffs. It's the same pot,
Steak
but
fries.
it's steak now.
One
What are the best
steak
fries, Big
dinner.
Shug? Steak fries,
Huh?
regular fries, curly
you say?
fries,
Listen,
or
this
waffle
is
fries?
democracy.
Say it again. I'm
What are the best fries? Steak fries, regular fries, curly, or waffle?
For me, steak.
Yep, me steak too.
I don't like steak fries. Not that I don't like them. It's not my preference.
What about you,
If
Rhea?
the
What do you
steak
like?
fries are crispy, then I'm all for steak
Steak
fries.
fries
Like
are
a nice
the
hearty
fat
chip
ones
is
that kind
good.
of look like
No, I
half
know.
moon.
And you said waffle? Yes.
Oh,
Shug?
I know.
I would like no. I'm a traditional. You know, with a steak. Yeah, traditional shoestring.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick with a traditional.
You said
shoestring.
Sticking
you
with
said
it.
a traditional steak with a shoestring.
Shoestring fries. That's what they're
No,
called.
I
the skinny
know. I
ones.
know.
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
saying you're saying a steak with those.
Yeah.
If you're talking about between a steak fry, a shoestring
Oh,
fry, or
steak
waffle
fry.
fry,
Oh
I'd rather
no,
shoestring
no. I'm
fry.
saying because the way you said it was like you gonna have a steak. You gonna have some fucking shoestring joints. That's what I said.
When I eat steak, I really like a baked potato.
I mean,
I
I
was gonna say
could
like a potato would probably be
I
better.
could eat a
I'd probably
steak
like
with steak fries. I have before.
Yeah.
That's the best. That's what I get.
I have, but
Potatoes too.
sweet
but
potato.
I'll get rice and I'll get potato too. So it depends because I
like a
potato,
loaded
broccoli.
potato.
They usually give you two sides, so I usually go like maybe like one side mashed potatoes, one side French fries.
Yeah, I stopped getting
I tried
French fries
both.
when I grew up.
Really?
Nah, seriously.
Get out of here.
You told me you used to picture them up.
Yeah, picture them up.
No,
They gotta picture them up.
Let me tell you, seriously. Like if I go out to order a steak, I'm not gonna get fries with it.
Really?
But at home, sometimes I might make the fries with it. But out, I'm gonna get the mashed potato or the rice and some broccoli and shit. You know what I mean?
Why is it that homemade French fries taste the best?
Nah.
I mean-
Nah.
Now they do it. You know how to make them. She's
My
right.
grandmother
No.
makes some amazing.
I
What do you mean
think they
homemade
do.
French fries? Oh, you're not. What do you mean homemade? Like you made them from scratch?
Yeah,
you
you
like
make
Oh,
them
okay.
at home.
Parboil
I thought you
them.
meant like come out
then
the bag
you
and
fry
bake them.
them.
Well, I don't parboil
Yeah.
them, but I do fry them.
Whatever your
Yeah,
technique is.
I definitely
There's
you
8
know,
ways to
wedges
skin
and
a
all
cat.
that. I can do it with the skin on it, whatever them
I mean,
shits.
Wedges.
skin cats.
Like the
Well,
closest
skin
ones
cats.
are them
It's not good.
KFC ones. Them KFC ones are like home because they got the skins on them and shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make some
Yeah.
good wedges, man. Grown man wedges.
What?
But anyway,
They don't make
Oh,
wedges
boy.
no more.
Maybe
They
that's
Oh
don't
my
make
God.
wedges.
that
They don't
sounds
make
like an
wedges no more.
OnlyFans.
Grown man wedges.
They don't make wedges no more. They got fries now.
oh, see, you see how long that's
Man,
been.
you
see?
just blew the
I
spot
know. It's
up.
been a couple years.
Yeah,
All right.
but
That's a buzzkill. Going into the playoffs with a buzzkill.
hey yo, but
Sorry. no more wedges from KFC.
Yo.
Sorry,
No
but
more
still.
man
but
wedges.
the Popeyes on sale for $5 though this week.
$5. Got 2 of them this
I
week.
know you did. Them
never had
shits, they good. You eat
Yeah, I don't think
Popeye?
I've ever had a KFC.
Popeye, yeah. I never had one from
Get,
KFC though.
get one of the dude. Get one of theirs. Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even gonna say nothing.
Wait, but what kind of vegetables are on the inside?
You know all the normal.
They got peas. They got carrots,
I
and I
like
want to
peas.
say
Potatoes?
potato.
I don't.
I think maybe
I don't
potato.
mind peas in like.
But it's shredded
in
chicken
there
now.
a little
Yeah, that's
bit,
what I'm saying.
but I
all
couldn't eat it.
shredded.
Oh, give me some peas.
Peas.
Like I'd be like, I'm out in prison.
Yo,
It's the only place I
there's
eat
two.
peas.
There's 2 meals I eat that got peas in them. One is that Popeye,
Popeye.
and the other one is chicken a la king. You know what I'm saying? You ever had that?
I don't know.
Shit, chicken a la king basically looks like the inside of a Popeye, don't it?
That's probably what it is.
No say.
You don't
were
think
like-
so?
Alright, probably what it is. I don't know. I don't
They
know.
were like,
what it
I'm
is,
too
yo.
lazy to make the dough. Let's
What
just
it
eat the
is, yo.
inside.
That's inside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is. It's the side that what's in there is on. They put on top of rice and shit. That's like actually.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure that is exactly what that
So
is.
what's the playoff deal? What's the playoff
Alright,
deal?
the
What's the
playoff-
playoff?
playoffs? All right, we got
Playoffs. Yeah, you have to put that
first-
in there.
I want kangaroo meat if I win.
Yo, but hold up.
I think that's
Sorry,
illegal.
I'm-
One
put it out
time, they you can look it up. They had, I think it was Mora, Coach Mora for for the Colts back in the day, and they always used to show it like almost like a meme. This is before memes, and he was like, they said they were talking about the playoffs, And anyone who doesn't know, he goes, playoffs? Playoffs? Right? He's talking about his team, like being sarcastic. And he's like, we're too stupid to make the playoffs. Like that, I'm saying this is the coach of the team. I think
I remember this.
So it's like, yo, I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying?
He must be
like,
working that positive reinforcement angle.
He's like, are you fucking kidding me? Us in the playoffs? So and they always kept that.
Did they make the playoffs?
I never forgot, huh? They didn't.
Did they make the playoffs?
I don't think so. But yo,
did he get fired?
Eventually he
Probably,
did.
yeah.
Eventually he did. But he was already like he was on it. He coached the team that didn't win no games and the fans used to come to the game with bags over their heads. New Orleans back in the day. He was coaching one of them teams.
Thing?
You know what I mean? So what do we got in the playoff? We'll start off. I can start in the playoffs.
Big
All
Suge
right.
starting in the playoffs. Chicken to steak. We got steak fried chicken in one shot.
So
Chicken fried steak. There you go.
chicken fried steak.
I like everything, man. Like all that kind of stuff. Steak, chicken,
I like chicken fried steak. Go
fried
ahead.
chicken. Chicken's good in any way. Fried, baked,
Who is
grilled, chicken, raw. I like it raw.
You like
Pretty-
thighs or
All right,
breast?
so
Okay, you can say.
He said you like raw chicken? Hold on,
you got
man.
Wait a
raw.
second. It's pretty good. It's pretty
Yo,
good. You try it. Don't knock it. Don't knock it.
Hey,
No,
your
shut
boy Sam, Ella is back here. Yo,
No, I'm just joking.
Bad joke.
Osai Monella is back here.
right.
To answer your question, a breast
Mm.
probably
Oh.
all time, but like more recently, like in the last 5 years, I've been making chicken thighs.
You just make the boneless
Guys,
ones.
for the win.
yeah.
The boneless ones seem to be what's up.
Like
But I'm breast.
Tanya turned me on to like eating the thighs and stuff.
That's where all the flavors.
Just say you're welcome.
If you go,
So good.
You're welcome, Chef Tanya.
if you go to a lot of foreign
Thank you.
restaurants,
Yeah.
whether they Latino, Jamaican, any of them, like the chicken pieces that they usually using that are stewed,
Oh, it's
whatever it
thighs.
is, them shits is thighs and
Okay.
drumsticks.
Thighs all day.
You know what I mean? You be very hard pressed to get wings, like and those, and you're gonna get that, and it's cheaper, but it's they say it's more juicier. So we're gonna go in the playoffs.
Well,
What's the first game?
Hold on, before we say the first game, just a quick question. So next week when you come, we got chicken for you. Is that how?
No, we're gonna take care. of
Wait,
it.
Real Love
Yo,
is gonna give him
everybody's gonna
chicken.
hit me in the app or give it to me how you give it to me.
Oh, some Uber Eats.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, I see.
We'll
I see.
figure-
All right.
it's like the pot.
A local
This is what I was gonna
restaurant
do,
for
and I-
delivery. Actually,
this is what I
support
was
your
gonna
local
do.
restaurants.
Yeah.
This is what I was gonna do, but I didn't go get it. I was gonna get the certificate. Like from Pop,
Oh, I see. I got you.
blah
Yeah,
blah.
do that. That's easy
But then
reason.
since one person isn't gonna pay himself, so the part is basically the same. So you want to make it so you can, like, say if you and her or her and whoever went to one of these places. So I figure right now it's probably like $14 or something. So that's how we getting down. We big here. You know what I mean? It ain't $10. You know what I mean? So let's go. And now if you ready,
We're
ready,
good. Here we go, Rhea. We're good. I just was curious.
if
before
you're
we
ready
got
for the
into it.
next size pot, jump in now. If not, then I just jump in.
Yeah. So we going.
right.
Steaks
All
on the
right.
line. Move.
Let's go.
I would like a ribeye.
Go
I'm
ahead.
just saying.
Whatever.
New York strip.
Whatever that's gonna buy. That's me too, number one. I like them all, but that New
York
York strip, butter. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It is. All right. So for the first wild card game, it's on Saturday, the 14th at 4:30. We got the Seahawks at the 49ers.
I'm going 49ers.
Okay.
Hands down.
Oh, we didn't say what order we're gonna go in.
That she did not hear that. Now I know you heard
Okay.
No, I didn't hear it. I didn't
You hear
know.
that?
No, I don't know.
I didn't
You
hear
said,
it, no.
hold on. He said he didn't hear it. He's the one that said Suge's going first this
I'm
time.
glad I'm not.
No, because you
No,
just
no,
said
no.
you just said I'll start it off. And I
Yeah.
said,
Second.
Yeah, that's what she just asked.
No, we don't know who's going second, so I'll just go.
Oh no, I didn't even know I'm first, right?
Yeah, definitely first.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
We didn't know who was going second.
Oh,
That's what
I'm
we're saying.
second.
So here we go, second place.
Hello, that's what the order
But I
is.
figured
It's gotta be more
I figured
than
this is
one.
the order. I figured this is the order.
All right, so second.
You know what I mean?
I guess
I'm
that's
going.
the order.
I'm going
That's how it was
49ers.
Alright.
before.
I'm going 49ers
I'm
as well.
definitely going with the 49ers.
GOOFY.
Alright.
You going birds or what? With birds? You birds in the
I'm
playoffs?
gonna go. You know what? Fine. I'll go birds.
No, you don't. No,
Don't
hold on
let
a
him
second.
influence you.
Hold on a second.
No.
We're
First-
talking about some
No.
steak right
First
now.
Hold on a second. We're
Let me
starting
tell
over
you
from
one-
scratch, basically.
Let me tell
So
you one
don't
thing.
just.
I know.
Yeah.
Let me tell you one thing. This is playoffs now, so those games, them shits
This
is
is-
being knocked out. It ain't as long. So,
Yeah.
So you gotta make your pick.
I'm still gonna go with my birds.
Birds. Bird in the
I'm gonna
nut.
go birds.
Bird life.
All right.
Bird gang.
Next game on Saturday is the Chargers at the Jaguars.
That's a tough one. This is the Jaguars. You know what? They're young and hungry. I'm going to go Jaguars.
I'm also going Jaguars.
I'm going Chargers.
Good job,
Ooh, Chargers.
Mama City.
I'm going to go Jags.
Jags.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Then we got Sunday at 1:00. We got the Dolphins at the Bills.
So if anybody knows, the Dolphins have their third string quarterback
Yeah,
playing
out again.
against the almighty Bills right now. So I'm
Right.
going Bills.
Yeah. Bills all the way.
Bills.
Same. I actually think the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was.
saying.
I
I'm
think
calling it now.
I think it's going to be them in San Francisco. So
Ooh,
we'll see.
remember I was asking about these
great.
predictions a few weeks
That'd
back.
be
Now we
great,
got
like
a
old
couple.
school, like when I grew up back in
We
the
got
90s.
we got Suge's official prediction,
I'm
and we
thinking
got
that.
half of Ria's.
We got to get there,
Yes,
Joe.
half of mine.
What we got next?
All right. Next, we have
I also
the
say
Giants. The Giants at the Vikings.
Ooh, that's a weird ass game. Vikings is 12-4, but the Giants, dude is hurt. I'm gonna go Vikings.
G-Man. Giants.
Giants.
Go Giants.
Giants. I'm going Vikings.
Arg. It's not even the right thing.
Arg, matey.
Arg.
No, that's the Buccaneers. You can't do
No, the
arg for
Buccaneers is that
Vikings.
dude who does the commercial for them. Oh, it's the Buccaneers with Tom. Now listen to this. Sound off the cannons. Sound the cannons off. Now when you go listen to that game, remember when I did that impression, and you go listen to
Okay.
that. You're going to be, oh, that's what Dad was talking about.
I can't wait.
We got a few
Sound
impressions.
off, every time, Tom Brady, oh, another touchdown.
got-
Sound off the cannons.
We got a few impressions on the podcast. We got Shannon Sharp. We got Shaq.
Yeah, we got them all.
We got you got a bunch, man. I can't think off the top.
Oh, like Skip said to
Come on, Skip.
Shannon.
Skip.
He said back to Shannon, he said, put your glasses back on. That's just, you got to see that.
Nah,
that's when he got mad.
Sounds hilarious.
And he was like, dude took his glasses off. Man, what you talking about, Skip? He said, put your glasses back on. Like, you ain't going to do shit. That shit was crazy.
Shannon Sharp is like his suits are so tailor made. He's like growing out of them.
Man. He's the only person you can see
Super
sweat in
tight.
his clothes. You can see the sweat come right out of his suits and everything.
Come on, Skip.
That dude, he looked like every suit, every outfit he wear, he looked like he's supposed to go. What's
Oh, that'd be
that?
dope, like the Hulk.
You know what I mean? So who you got next?
Who is it?
All right. We got the Sunday night game.
Yo.
The Ravens at the Bengals.
So, you know my pick's gonna be the Bengals because the Bengals are on fire right now, and Lamar Jackson's not playing, and the Ravens have just been a mess as of late. So we're going the Bengals.
Also, they're going the Bengals. They need some lift me up, pick me up. I think this is gonna be their comeback.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Bless you,
I
bless
go
you.
with the Bengals too.
Oh wait,
Bengals.
so hold on. Sorry, that game just is not gonna be played then.
Is what?
The Bills Bengals just isn't gonna be played
No.
at all.
No.
Okay, nice. All right.
Just completely skipped.
They said it wasn't going to affect any of the other
glasses
games
back
for the
on.
season.
No.
Fuck is wrong?
Excuse me, any of the standings for the season.
Right.
That's what they said. I paid
And
attention.
it didn't affect our standings either for whoever
Well,
won
Yeah,
the
because we standing
the
at
game.
home. But, oh, you mean outside? I thought you had the Patriots.
for you guys. Yeah.
Yo, shout out to my man Damian Harris, man. You know, he going home after the season, but I just shouted him out, and he, you know, shouted back, and hopefully he come back next year better and stronger, and you know, and D, we try to get you on the show. I'm gonna hit you up, man. So, you know what I mean? We're gonna have you on the show. That I didn't want to really say it too much because the season was going on, but now that it's over, I'm gonna hit you up so you can come on. But go ahead, Ree. Who's next? Or did she go with that mother face? Them eyes said, "You don't even come
You
in
better
here."
not.
She's like, the eyes slid over there first, and then the music came on.
Back up.
Back
Stop
up.
what you're doing.
Back it up.
No, that music came in. That shit said, "Don't even come in here. You know I will beat you."
Stop what you're doing.
She was like, "Yo," shit. And the kid's like, "But what do you mean, Mom?
Careful, yo. Careful,
He's having
yo.
a mom moment.
And
over
you're
here.
like, look, see this, you go get it. You know what I mean, Mom.
This is what I'm doing.
Hey,
Go one time.
yo, Czar.
You can go on the computer. Go.
Is there a Monday night game in the playoffs? Or
No.
just
You know what I
specifically
told you.
weekend, Sunday,
You
Saturday?
know what I told you.
Unplug me.
What do you got? One left or two?
All right, we got the Monday night game left, and we got the Cowboys at the Buccaneers.
It's either gonna be Tom, but you know what? You gotta count on Tom at this time of year.
This is the
Right?
time you
That's
count
what
on
I'm
him.
thinking.
So I mean, and last week with all their players on the team, Cowboys lost to the Commanders with a third-string quarterback, and they're going into the playoffs. Not a good look, and they played everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go with Tampa Bay in the swashbuckling there. Sound off the cannons.
I'll say this as someone who didn't like Tom Brady, seeing Tom Brady in the playoffs was like, fuck. If he's in the playoffs, he's probably gonna win the Super Bowl. So for this specific game, I'm gonna go with Tom Brady.
I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, like he'd get the ball back, it'd be like 40-20. You'd be like, yeah, and he'd get the ball back with like a minute,
we
minute and
got
20
this.
seconds. You'd be like,
Right.
oh fuck.
We just seen him.
He's the only guy you think like that.
You can do it.
You know, you never watched him like
Yeah.
that. You never had to watch him like that. You watched from the other side.
down.
So you were like, yeah. You never had to watch it like, oh, they're winning by 2 touchdowns, but there's a minute and 40 seconds left and he has the football.
Oh no, we got
Well, let me
this.
tell you, the thing about it is, it happened
Turn it
this year.
down.
Like I watched about 3 games where Tom Brady was down.
Yeah.
You know, and
that's what he does.
And this dude, and we know that's what he does. So that's when I was watching it. Those were Tampa Bay games, and I was watching those to the end because it's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And then even the players believe that. The players know that.
Yeah, they
Yo,
know.
we got Tom Brady, man. Yo,
They
this
know.
shit.
And the other team knows.
That's what I mean. The other
Yeah.
team is worse. They're like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
Like you
He
can't
gets the
celebrate,
ball
you can't
back.
jump around, you can't high five.
There's luck right there.
And what blasts all that shit out of the water is
It's like a cheat code.
he's 45. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
this dude's not like
It's
a
like
kid.
it's cheap code.
He's like, I've been doing it since these rookies in the league was little babies. The rookies in there
Right.
was, you know what I mean? That dude was like, I remember when you was 2. Now I'm throwing you touchdowns. Come
Yeah,
on,
it's
man.
wild.
Now catch it.
So yeah, you got to go with Tom, and let's see where the chips may
Tom.
fly. What y'all doing?
Yeah, we went Tom. I think we all went Tom over here. Except
Yeah,
Rhea.
I went Tom.
Oh,
Tanya, Tom?
it's funny.
Or the
No me
Cowboys.
escuchaste, yo lo dije.
Nah, not the Cowboys.
What she said is the swashbuckling bang. Fucking
But I'm not gonna vote for the Cowboys. But if the Cowboys did knock Tom Brady out of the playoffs, it would give them a nice big momentum boost over there. Like,
I don't know.
but I don't think they're gonna do it.
This is why it's not like the Buccaneers have a great team. It's just the fact that like if Brady could get, if that game stays close, and Cowboys couldn't even score last week against the Commanders. If it stays close, you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Don't open the door.
That's what it
'cause he
is,
will
yeah.
walk
They
right
know,
through
like you
it.
said, it's like when
Yes,
your
they
head
will.
down. They know, you know what I'm saying? They're like, oh,
like under 2 minutes, it's still possible for him to score 2
yo,
touchdowns.
peep this. Now we spoke of that, right? This shit is even funnier. So when Tom Brady did do that, like recently, and threw the touchdown, the dude the dude who was defending, he jumped like a little kid. You know, like damn.
Like,
you
come
can,
on.
you can see, like I'm telling you, if you watch that show, that dude said, damn. Cause you know in your mind, you're like, he ain't scoring on us. He ain't scoring on us. I'm like, man, come on, man.
That old motherfucker ain't scoring on us.
Yes,
Hey, it reminds,
yeah.
hey, it reminds me of my young son Tremaine. It reminds me of he was a beast, a phenom at playing that kid basketball when he's coming up. And we played one game, and the kids got down like in a choppy stance, and he was like, I just thought it was hilarious. He got low and he was big like my son. He was tall, young kids, maybe the 7th grade or something, the 6th. And he said, you ain't fooling me. You ain't fooling me. You can see him in the game. The place is packed. He low, and it's, man, you know, he had handle. So he spun off him and scored. But
So-
I mean, I just felt how the kid was like, I'm so ready. But you're not. You know what I mean?
So because he was so
Just
big,
so nice.
and everyone else around him, probably wasn't as big as him. What was their game plan? Hack a Shack kind of game plan?
Well, it couldn't be hack and Shack because of that too. I taught my son that he actually won some championships free throw contest.
Oh shit.
So when he used to come into the gym, they used to see how big he was, because this is what y'all like 5th grade, 6th, all that.
Yeah.
And this kid's huge. And
dude, 8 years ago he's in that video Bleed. I just watched it last night. He's in that, and he's fucking 9 feet tall.
So he's shooting. So
9 feet. He was 5 years ago.
He's
9
not,
feet, 5 years ago.
missing any foul shots, right? I mean, that's what he did. He
Yeah.
was his customary 2 strokes, and then and so one time when we were playing a game, he could shoot, he could get to the rack. You know, it wasn't the fastest kid, but he was very effective. Like that was him, and. Some people mentally were still stuck in that big man phase.
Yeah.
So, and even though these were kids, you know. And one time they grabbed him, like some hack and sack shit, and a parent yells out, "You don't want to do that!" Right? and because I'm saying, wow. And me and Tremaine would laugh at it. Because I knew he was nice. He was about 80% or better with foul shoot. I knew he was nice. So once they thought like they could do that because he was so big, I was like, man, they really stupid. Then they'll go and sink him. He was clutch kid, man. But it's funny you said that because they tried that at first, but then you like.
Yeah, I was just curious.
I mean, people ask like questions. Other teams would be like, "Yo, where'd you come from?" Man, they don't have kids like you in Braintree. Like, you know what I mean? They was asking stupid questions. Or you're in a character and you be talking regular, like this is just regular. Yo, so what I'm saying, like when he was on the show the other week with the wig and the Hogan's Hero joint, the hat, when he had that on. But you're talking regular, that makes it even look worse. I mean, because people are throwing the fuck off. Like, yo, almost like, do they know? Does he know he have
Yeah, you don't mention it.
Sugar and them are not even acting like that. This dude has on a helmet and a wig, right? And he's chilling. And then Maria's on the other side with, who was she? When you had that wig on, who was she? That woman from the Reed. When DL had on the wig and the helmet, who were you? Were you that character?
Oh yeah, I was Ahsoka.
Yeah, so she was. So that week when they turned in, they was people were probably looking, saying, "This ain't Halloween." You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, why they dressed up and Sugar Tanya ain't? So something's going on.
There's a lot of people out there that dress up every day. Every night.
Every day.
For sure.
My life.
You know who you are.
I dress up for you, Tanya. Look at these bangs.
Yeah.
I don't even do this. Like, this is not
Sometimes
even a thing that I actually do.
Yo, some people would dress up as something. Like, I just seen something hilarious. I think you might have seen it. I think you might have spoken on it. It was 2 guys.
Hey, now. I didn't talk about...
One guy.
Don't bring me into this story.
No. One guy, this was unbeknownst to the viewers. It's on YouTube if you look it up. So one guy, I guess you would think it was a woman. He's kind of diesel, though. But he's dressed as a woman or whatever, and there's another guy, dude. So this guy has a microphone. I guess he's from some radio personality, whatever. And then they got together for some show over there. This somewhere in Spanish. I can't think of where that was at. But he says they kiss each other, a full-on lock kiss, And then he says, "What is your?" He says, "What is your name?" To the little dude. He told him. Right, like in his voice, speaking Spanish, he said, or Cape Verde, he said, I'm so-and-so, whatever his name is. Then they asked the other person that he thought was a woman who he just slopped up.
Oh, no.
So he said, Miguel. Right, and
with a deep voice?
Hey, yo, when he says that, the other dude's all sad and shit, and then he go, the moment when he knew he fucked up. Right, you know what I mean? Yo, look it up, you gonna see, I know you'll find it. Yeah,
you shouldn't trick people.
It's Miguel, but I mean, it was just kind of wild because the dude. I mean, they had the full movie scene kiss, and he said, "What's your name?" He's all happy, and I was Miguel. He's
Boricua.
Boricua. That was kind of crazy.
So we are here at the Danger Zone podcast, number 51. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share. Tell all you're trying to smoke some good kush. She's having a little kush attack.
Hey, I can't wait till next week. So when it's 52, because I can say it. But go ahead.
That's that rocket fuel like the
we got wear hats next week and buzzers and noisemakers. It's fucking 1 year anniversary next week. What you know about that?
Oh.
All right, so it's been a crazy week in hip hop. I don't know what you have, Big Sugar, but I want to get through one of the craziest things I've ever seen. So we all know we lost another rapper. I personally never heard of this rapper. That doesn't mean he's not good or popular. I just didn't know who he was. Big Scar. I didn't know who he was. He got a following, but I'm just not in it. I'm not, so he died. And Gucci Man donates $20,000 for his funeral. And this guy, Big Scar's sister, comes online saying, we didn't get no 20,000, we got 10,000, and I spent it all on flowers. I want more money. I want the other 10,000. Wow. And and that was like, it kind of like blew my mind because, so I started looking up how much does the average funeral cost. And it's like $12,000 to $15,000, right? And I know they didn't spend $10,000 on flowers. So that shit blew my mind. I thought that was one of the most classless things you could ever see on the internet. Wow. Until the funeral. They decided that they were going to shoot a rap video at his funeral.
No.
Well, we see some.
And I'm just like, yo.
Yeah. If you think about it, D, we see some. Speaking of hold that train of thought, but we see like, come on, remember
the guy who was propped
the
up?
video that was propped up. With
Man,
the dead
he might
dude.
even be in the video. I bet
He was dressed up, and they propped him up in the club. Dead as hell.
This was like a real.
This really happened.
It's like a trend, though.
This really
it's
happened.
like a trend where it's like they'll bury you with your car.
Yo, he was dead as hell, standing up in the club.
Like,
so
I think they even twerked on him.
Yeah, we'll show it to you. I'll show it here.
Somebody might have twerked on him.
That is it's a trend of like paying homage to that person.
So
I'm just saying. If you search on Google, you'll find a bunch of people like whether it's with their car or just propped up with their favorite instrument. Or
so I guess a bunch of his friends showed up wearing his jewelry, and his girlfriend, who isn't in this crazy fucking family, came up, and she came out saying that she was appalled that they shot a video at his funeral. Man, if she was really grieving, imagine you're really grieving. Man, I lost my spouse, I lost myself, and then someone be like, excuse me, bitch, get out the way. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, get out the way. I got a film right here. I'm gonna sit in this pew right here, and I'm gonna rap.
You know what's crazy?
Oh my god!
I think the whole thing went crazy from even people, the selfies people are taking with the person in the casket now.
I don't like that.
Like it's not even sacred no more. It's like you got.
Bugs me out. People have been taking Polaroids for years. I see people do it, and I was like, yo, don't let anyone take a picture of me.
I've never really seen that till like even more so now, where you see somebody like wow. I mean, so that means like you doing these pictures to present them, or you are really there for the funeral or whatever. Like someone took a picture of me
for the likes
from behind. You couldn't see my mom.
Now it's for the likes.
Yeah,
but back then it was. I don't know
picture
what it was.
of me and my mom was in the casket, but it was behind me. But that was like different because like you ain't really. It was just me saying my goodbye. But that's cool. But I mean, it wasn't like I was like this or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
It was
but
a solemn picture of remembrance.
Oh yeah.
Versus I'm taking a selfie with this dead loved one.
Yep. Some people grieve
so disrespectful.
Weirdly, just grieve different, I guess, because I would never want that. Like for example, like
that was that person's last.
My Aunt Jenny died when she died. She was all sick and stuff like that, and it's like it sounds terrible, but it's like damn, I wish I wasn't around for that, because that's how I remember it, like that, and I don't want to remember someone from a fucking picture in their coffin. It's terrible. No. You know what I'm saying? So. Well, yeah. Anyway, on a lighter note.
But on on a different note, but maybe not as lighter, we're gonna go a little old school, little something. Eric Sermon just recently opens up about overcoming an opioid addiction.
No shit.
Yes. He said 2023. Wow, so blessed to have lived this long. Life isn't guaranteed, so don't take it for granted. I'm fresh out of rehab. 7 months clean from opioids. During this time, my mom was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, liver, kidney, and chest. Changed my entire life around my family. Changed my entire life around, My family is being attacked from every angle, but the devil's a liar. This is his words. I believe that my God has us, and it's time to move forward in a loving manner. Without love, this doesn't work, believe me. So, shout out to Eric Sermon on that, because that opioid addiction, all of us, man, might have someone in your family or close, as we know, where that's a tough thing. The first thing you can do is address it. You know what I'm saying? We have a friend of the show, a friend of our man's, Slain,
who George.
The recovery center there.
Yeah.
What's the name again?
Charles River.
Yeah, Charles River Recovery. So it's serious. Shout out to Eric Sermon on that, man, and get well, brother. I know it's day at a time, but the fight goes on, and the love around you is gonna help you.
Yeah.
First of all, you gotta love yourself. So.
Oh yeah. I make $1 million every 6 months.
It's crazy too, because last night I was in a restaurant, and a guy walks up. I was at Chili's, I believe, and the guy walks in, and he says, "Can you call 911?" And I said, and they said, "What's up?" to him, like, and he was like, I need some help, my head ain't right, what have you. But they weren't calling him right away, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
You're like, 911, don't shoot me.
But I called because
Oh, no shit.
the dude told me.
Snitch.
Yeah, well, nah.
That's incorrect.
No, it's a good thing to do. Gotta keep trying to keep it light.
Nah, but it's not. It's kind of wild because this is heavy,
Yeah.
So the dude tells me, I'm suicidal, blah blah blah.
My
He's telling me
goodness.
this is last night. You know what I mean? So that's why I even made the
I'm
call.
gonna put the number down here
You
again.
know what I mean? Because I was like, damn, man, this dude's serious. And I see they ain't making the call. You know what I mean? So I want him to get his help. And then he's like, when they came, they ran over to him. I said, that's him. And I left, I'm good. I just want to have it. He's like, God put you there. And, this is how he started speaking to me.
The ambulance came? Is that what you said?
Police.
Oh, police
came.
came.
I don't know. I did, but I'm just saying how serious things can be.
Yeah.
And like, they're not even calling.
He asked for help. And
this dude could have been started shooting everybody up. Or went wild, or lost his mind. Right? But he was grateful that I did that. You know what I mean? But that's really what that was about for me, because I don't know him from Adam. So
You might have changed the outcome, being nice to him.
That's the same situation of helping someone off a bridge.
Oh yeah.
Like you see someone cry for help, you stop and you help.
That's what that boy was.
Good job, Dad.
That's how it hit me exactly.
I just want to say real quick, they got some more info on the Takeoff murder. Rest in peace, Takeoff. I guess it all came. The argument everyone saw take place. During we all seen it. It was over loaded dice. Someone had loaded dice, and he wasn't even playing. So, rest in peace, Takeoff.
Rest in peace, Takeoff.
Just want to say that while we were on the negative. So
Also, Ice Cube.
Yeah.
One of your favorite rappers.
Yeah.
yum.
Okay.
He's labeled a fake gangster by Sir Jinx.
What?
Well, he's not a gangster.
As a 100,000 royalty lawsuit heats up, Ice Cube's been labeled a fake gangster by Sir Jinx as the latter's ongoing lawsuit against NWA Pioneer continues to drag on.
He's a gangster.
Jinx claimed in court documents last March that he hadn't been paid his fair share of royalties. There's a lot of that going on right now.
Yeah.
Took people a few years to realize when the money gets low, where the rest of the money go. So he says
That's a you quote, or that's what you?
That's my quote.
Oh, okay.
I'm just telling you, but
no, I because it looked like you were reading. I didn't know. It sounded like a big sugar line.
That's definitely a line.
That was an improv.
It says, despite having producers produce more than 28 tracks for the death certificate for the MC, he hasn't been paid as yet. It's just another ongoing saga in this game, which the bottom line is, when people were in the light and everything was going on, a lot of people probably didn't pay attention to certain things or didn't have their business in the proper order. And now these years have passed. Now everybody wants, this and that, and name calling and all of that, because nobody, first of all, you're not a fake gangster or whatever, because you never were a real gangster anyway. So
he made gangster rap. He never he's one guy you can say came from there, but wasn't a blood. He wasn't a Crip. He wasn't this. He wasn't that. He never said that.
No.
He just made, he never said it. So
music is
He just made hardcore rap music, and people labeled it.
Well, music
is
is the theme of life, like I always say. So for some people, that music that he was making is their theme. It don't necessarily have to be his.
He never represented a corner, a street, nothing.
It's
just
like
Compton.
Guru and Premier with the gangster, where they come from, and then how that music was embraced by like the street and heavy hardcore.
Yes, like a Houston guy and a Boston guy created the New York sound.
But basically,
like how weird that is.
Joe Please say earlier, Joe Clair, shout out to Joe Clair, when he said earlier that dude was everything for him.
If we ever interview Primo, I'm not even going to tell you my question. I got the illest question for DJ Premier.
Say it.
Well, go ahead.
I want to be here for that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I
Also,
want to be here for free.
was there something you want to speak on?
I got some stuff. Anything? Tanya, while I look through my stuff here.
I got another one.
Go ahead. If you got
Real
one, Tanya.
love.
Oh, go ahead. What you got?
I don't know if you talked about it
She raised her
already,
hand.
but Jeff Beck died.
Ooh.
The guitarist, the
Beck?
super famous guitarist.
Did it just
Jeff
happen?
Beck.
Did that just happen right
Just
now?
happened today, yeah.
Oh wow, Beck.
It
You ever
is.
heard the band Beck? That huge. Yeah. That's
Remember
crazy. Wow.
Johnny Depp was playing with him overseas when the whole trial was going on.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
insane.
That's just he got meningitis like a couple days ago.
No,
and
it's
it's
like an
just
old
so
school
quickly.
You know what's so dope about
Damn.
that story?
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to him, but you know what's dope? How you raised your hand, yo.
I
Yo,
did.
yo.
Yeah, that was funny.
I was like,
so
oh, shoot.
before you say your,
He was like little Mickey Mouse in the hey. What's up? Yo.
before you say yours, Fredro Starr announced on Be Real's podcast that he's retiring from rap. I don't know if you saw that. I don't know if that's really gonna. How you gonna retire from rap? I could see maybe retire from performing or retire from music, but you're always gonna make a song, man.
How many people have said it?
You gotta make a song.
How many
A
people have
bunch.
said it?
I don't know really many that.
I'm gonna
actually
retire.
did it.
Be like, yo, you gonna retire for rap? Okay. Maybe I'll slide in right here.
But on the other side of that, 50 Cent just said that he has some new music coming out with Dr. Dre.
Oh yeah, I peeped that.
Oh, fun.
That's true.
That's fun.
And plus, he also
I
He
like
said it's coming out
to
soon too.
piggyback on that, he
Woo-hoo.
also said that he wished that Tony Yayo had blew up instead of him.
Yeah, I heard that.
Because
he said that on Big Boy's show.
He wanted to be the one that did the business, and he could have made it even greater, like almost like Diddy, and just been the like that. But if he doesn't, the thing is, he might have. He said that, and he might be telling the truth, because usually people want to be it, they don't want to see it. When I say that, I mean you want to be the man, like you don't really want to see other people be past you.
Yeah.
So he's saying he wanted that to be done, but guess what? 50 Cent
Could have did that.
what's the personality though? Like this dude, like he had the flow that he had.
Yeah,
muscular dude. Like his time was that time was hit for for him.
Like at the time, like Crumb Snatcher, remember? Crumb Snatcher and 50 Cent at a time were like the same level of rapper, and they're like, well, this guy's gonna go over here, and this guy comes out with DJ Premier, and this guy comes out with J Master J. But it all came down to they're both good rappers, but it all came down to mindset and who made better songs. Like who made better songs, and I feel, and then people fucking.
I think mindset is one and two.
People
knowing the people like I know them, so yeah.
Shout out to Crumb. I
But
just
isn't-
Go ahead.
Doesn't 50 like act like a lot?
Well, he does more than that.
Doesn't
He's
he-
a
There's another
director.
thing.
He's the director.
There's another thing we
so
want to
he's-
bring up.
Two big things: BMF and what's the other one?
BMF season 2 started to Sunday, but he just announced that he's going to do a 8 Mile TV show. That movie 8 Mile, they're making it a TV
And
show.
listen,
I hope Eminem is in it.
well, he might not be in it, but there'll be a character. But let me tell you something: when you be winning, that's when they're always going to listen to you. Like he's that hot dude right now with his programs are successful, so he's going to win. But on another note, I'd like to talk about Mr. DL's favorite person in acting.
My favorite actor. Is this a joke or a person that I think is a joke, or is this
I don't really know, but we'll find out.
Or is this someone that I really like?
I don't know. You might like him, but I'm just saying. Former porn rap star Ron Jeremy.
What?
No,
Porn rap star?
Yo, no, Ron Jeremy. Do you know?
Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah.
So of course.
Yeah.
Everybody knows
So
That's why I got my gut from.
yeah, right. But unfortunately,
That's why I modeled it after.
if you don't know about Ron Jeremy, you can Google him. But he was known.
Why?
His history was having the Louisville Slugger, and he made tons
big
of
eggplant.
he made tons of porn movies. But recently,
And he has a bunch of allegations against him.
yeah, he was. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
That's why I brought it up. He's in court, but he's not able to stand trial because of either dementia or something to that nature. Or he's incompetent, right? So they ruled him to be incompetent.
He fucked his brain away, huh?
Yeah, basically.
Or he's playing
door.
dead.
No, he's not. He's not playing because they had
Doctors.
specialists come and speak to him to deem that he wasn't playing. The dude's losing his mind, but he has rape allegations against him that were years ago. Doesn't mean no less or no more. But it's that long ago now they trying to prosecute, but now he's been deemed incompetent.
So since he's gonna not be in the game anymore, I have a show called The Weekend Warriors, and on the show there's a character called The Sure Thing, and she's a slut. She sleeps with everybody. Everybody on the show sleeps with her. And we had a scene written out. He was gonna be in it, remember? And he was gonna be her dad. As himself, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But just before we pulled the trigger, on it, he came out with a bunch of rape allegations. So I was just this guy can't be on the show.
No, don't be on the show. So
we ended up. It was just gonna be for one scene. He was gonna knock on the door and we are gonna open it.
Yo, what's up?
Well, I don't know if we're gonna do that.
Better. No.
But that obviously never happened.
Yeah, well, he was so bad.
We got Tommy Chong instead for something else.
Hey, well, when it works, it works. But listen, I just brought him up because of his historical. He's a historical figure. People know about that. But
your dad's in that show. You should watch it. Your dad's in the show. There's a guy wearing a hat, and it says it's a red hat, and it says "Make the Hood Great Again," but you can't see what it says. So your dad rolls up. and he's. I'm not gonna tell you, but
I haven't even seen it. So
oh, you haven't seen it?
I haven't.
Way to support the show, Big Shaq.
I remember you filmed it.
Way to support it. Thanks. Thanks for the views.
You told me. Remember you said you was gonna do it.
Yeah.
Weekend Warriors. Season 1 and Season 2.
He's in Season 2. I want to say in the first couple episodes somewhere in there.
I'm also in.
I'm gonna tell all my friends.
Tell all your friends. Tell them all. No, but also Aaron Hernandez, as we know, former Patriot player that
back from the dead.
Died of suicide after being committed for murder. His fiance is accused of wasting his daughter's trust fund on clothes and entertainment.
Man, people suck.
It says the late Aaron Hernandez fiance is in hot water for allegedly mishandling his trust fund left for the couple's 10-year-old daughter. Shania Jenkins Hernandez has been accused. The mother of two spent a whopping $17,000 in clothing, $10,000 in entertainment expenses, and thousands in self-chase costs, the outlet reported. Jenkins Hernandez spent $12,000 at home goods alone and expensive flights state to state. Now it's crazy because we all know who Aaron Hernandez is, and what happens is he's not gone. I mean, he's gone, and he said in court, if people remember, that they were gonna be rich, and people didn't understand what he was saying. But what it meant is I guess he, probably knew he was gonna commit suicide. So therefore, when you commit suicide in cases like that or whatever, you're found not guilty. They don't, that's exonerate. You're exonerated in death. Mm-hmm. So now they just can't come take your money. So who it has to go to? Right. It has to go to his heir. You know what I'm saying? Which is his daughter.
Yeah.
Which is the mother's in control. So it's very unfortunate, but life does function like that. There's so many people, that are just doing crazy, and the other person is handling more than his money there. And guess what? I guess you have to continue to live. I guess this might have been her lifestyle with Aaron Hernandez. Yeah. But at the same time, you have a daughter, so if she's living like that too, then that's fine. And whatever. If you're being silly.
You said $17,000 in clothes?
No, at home goods.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, $12,000 at home goods, $17,000 on clothes.
Yeah,
right?
probably so. And flights.
Well, how much is one, Valentino shoe?
But nobody. Yeah, but it's kind of expensive. Yeah.
It's. But I mean, for $17,000 on your wardrobe, that's not.
That's wild.
That bad.
It could.
For how long?
That's not that bad.
For over how many?
And we don't even know. The kid might got on Gucci. Gucci shoes.
Yeah, but
can I? What you're buying?
Can I
suggest? If Target, that's a lot of clothes.
I don't think it's that. Well, yes.
If it's Louis Vuitton, it's not that much.
Right, that's like 3.
It depends if you know your socials.
Can I suggest the stupid as hell this week, or do you have one? Because I got one. Then I got another topic.
The expenses of making sure they're in a good school.
Is this the Massachusetts one?
Fed.
Nah.
All right. So I want to talk about this case in Massachusetts real quick.
to me, that's still going on. You know what I mean? You know it's still going on.
Yeah.
You know about the paintings and all that stuff.
Nah, I'm talking about the guy
What's going on?
With the kid.
So there's a guy in Massachusetts named Walsh. His last name is Walsh, and
you don't know about the paintings?
Not yet.
Oh, go ahead.
So he apparently, there's no body, but he apparently cut his wife up with a hacksaw, and they're looking for him. They found a whole bunch of evidence that he did it, but they haven't found the body yet. Now, my question is, can you charge someone with? I obviously think that he did it. He searched on the internet. They found his internet search.
Right.
He went and bought $500 worth of disinfectant and cleaner. He searched how to chop up a 120-pound female.
You know they all do that. They all do it. Not chop up females, but they all find out how to do this crime online.
So his name is Brian Walshe.
Oh, didn't they find like a bloody knife
Yep,
on the property?
Yeah, they found
Yeah.
Because his wife
And they
was
were
missing
looking
and
through
he
the-
misled the police.
So my question
Yes.
is this: I think he probably cut, unless he's involved in some sort of huge fucking conspiracy to set him up. Looks like he cut his wife up and buried her somewhere. My question is this: how do you charge someone for murder with no body?
Well,
You can't. You have to have a body.
well, but he'll be
It's
charged.
a corpus something. There's a Latin word for it, Latin term for it.
He'll
that
be
you use
charged
the
with
body.
something though, because they have. Done
Yeah.
it. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be something. You know what I mean?
Damn.
And sometimes you can almost put those cases together. Believe it or not, if you watch, like when they got the shows now where you have, I'm not really a doctor. The dude's about to do surgery. He said, I'm not really a doctor. I've seen it on TV.
Yeah.
But you'll be all right, basically. So, you got people out here
Shit is fucking
who's
crazy.
moving like that. You know what I mean? So, and this guy, when I was talking about the paintings.
Yeah, the paintings. I was looking for the paintings.
Yeah, well, I guess, he has stole a lot of money from his father. His father has spoken to him on over a decade. You know what I mean? And before that, he was selling fake paintings.
Then he got in trouble a few times.
Yeah, because the paintings were supposed to be works of like true artists, but they were fake. You know what I mean? So he's been hustling for a while, and he bumped up on the wrong hustle.
Did it for the insurance money.
All right, well then, if that guy's not stupid as hell, we'll say more than likely, rest in peace to that lady.
Oh, rest in peace.
It's terrible.
That's horrible.
But if that guy's not stupid as hell, Mister, how do I chop up a 120-pound female? Who is stupid as hell, Big Shug?
Stupid as hell. Stupid as hell. Give me a minute. I want to get to the first.
Well, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe.
Louisiana teacher admits to giving her cupcakes. Now listen, wait a minute. Let me back it up.
Teacher?
Wait a minute. Louisiana's teacher admits giving kids cupcakes
Oxymoron.
laced with her husband's sperm.
What?
Who is it? Glorilla? Glorilla?
Why?
Disgusting.
A sick
Why, though?
Louisiana teacher has pleaded guilty to giving her students cupcakes laced with her husband's sperm.
Nutcakes?
Now, her name, we'll mention her name in a few, but
How old? Wait, hold on.
well, matter of fact, her
Sensitivity with Mr. DL.
Her name is Cynthia Perkins. She's 36 and admitted to a slew of disturbing sex crimes, including child pornography, second-degree
fucking
rape,
disgusting.
and mingling of harmful substance when she took a plea deal. She took a plea deal now for this. The teacher and her now ex-husband were arrested in 2019, actually, for 150 sex crime-related charges, including child abuse.
No plea.
Dude,
I'm
you
sorry.
disown someone for one sex crime.
So listen,
Like you're like, oh, you're a rapist. Oh my god.
Insensitivity for Mr. DL.
Like, oh my god, you're a
Cynthia
rapist. I can't hang
was
out.
also hit with a harmful substance
Right.
charge after she put Dennis sperm into cupcakes that she gave to students at Livingston Westside Junior High School, authorities said. Under the plea deal, Cynthia has 68 other charges against her dismissed and will have to testify against Dennis, of course, at his upcoming trial. And he was a cop. She not only waived any rights to appeal and attempt to avoid conviction, but she also spared the victims from reliving the horrific crimes during this particular trial. Louisiana Attorney General Jeff Landry said in a statement, now, Cynthia will be sentenced because she took the plea deal for 41 years in prison, which probably still isn't enough. And she filed divorce from her. She filed for divorce from her husband, who is facing 150 years. Wow. You know, so Cynthia Perkins is this week stupid as hell. And number one, it's more than stupid as hell. She's sick as hell.
Yeah, that's fucking.
And
damn, what's all buzzkills this week?
And what is going to make anybody? You have to be stupid and sick in the mind to say I'm going to put sperm in cupcakes and feed them to somebody. So that's already like some weirdo shit.
It's a kid.
Cynthia Perkins, you and your husband are stupid as hell.
Yes.
Whatever you get, you deserve. We all know that. And we're going to leave it there on the push button. Bang!
I don't think you're going to have a good time for those 30 years. I don't
Go
think it's
get
going to be a good
pajamas on
time.
Now you going to eat skeet muffins.
So now you're eating skeet muffins.
That's
whack. The quote from Big Show.
Yep, skeet
The
muffins.
minimum that's
So, and they probably won't be baked with sugar and spice and everything.
Now you're gonna eat skeety and meatballs.
Mesquite.
There'll be hair and everything, and there'll be hair and everything.
Yo, that's messed up. Hey, remember that rapper back in the day, Skeety Pablo?
P.D. Pablo.
Yeah.
Was he the swing the shirt over your head like a helicopter guy?
Yeah. When you see those videos,
North Carolina.
That's Birdman.
Those-
Hey,
Wasn't that Birdman?
huh?
Wasn't that Birdman? No.
No, but you was little when this dude he's talking about came out.
North
And
Carolina,
yo, when he was
stand
doing
up,
that,
take your shirt off.
it's one of those
Throw it over your
videos
head
that
like
when
a
you watch it, you say, damn, he's blowing up, but he'll never have another song. Yo,
Yeah.
you can see that in the videos, like, oh, this shit here. Remember 9 with that voice?
Yeah.
I'm down. I said, yo.
RBX too.
All of them, when they had that voice, and Step to Me, rest in peace. Tim Dog, Step to Me. But anyway, right?
All right. So rest in peace, Tim Dog. Rest in
Rest
peace,
in
a lot
peace.
of people this week.
No, it was just rest in peace.
So yeah, this is the 51st episode of the Danger Zone podcast.
The 51st.
One more week and we're at a full year.
And think about this. So I've been coming and hooking up with them for 51, 52 weeks of coming by. Or at home, because sometimes I was on the fucking...
a few times.
Or,
Probably
on
like
the
6
computer.
times.
Yo, I hit this cup about 3 times.
facts.
And they knocked it over. There must be something in there. Oh, it's Kool-Aid. No.
Sipped Kool-Aid.
Yo.
Got the white sneakers.
Hey, like we said this time though anyway, Skip. It's been but
Come on, Skip.
oh they always go, come on, Skip. Like the dude just sat on a chair full of tacks naked. Come on, Skip.
That's
Well,
it. He
that
does
show,
it. I'm
that's
telling
how
you.
he talks to him.
He goes, yo, I remember one time when he was playing, like he was roasting the other team. And then somebody got word that he was roasting, so then they roasted back. Like I said, Shannon Sharp got a nerve to be talking, looking like the horse on the side of the Denver helmet, you know. And I was like, this is way back then, dog. They was like before all that show shit, because he was roasting that, and they hit him back. Well, come on, he got a nerve to be talking. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, listen, we glad that we got through this, man. I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, daughter. Boom. You know what it is. We'll be bowling. You know what I'm saying? Y'all bowl?
I have, yeah. My mom used to be like a good
Yo,
bowler.
he said, I have. And she said,
We
what?
did a couple times.
Yeah.
We went a few
With
times.
the big ball or the small one?
Big ball and
Big ball.
small
I tried candlepin bowling like maybe once or twice.
Yo, I'm from the hood, so candlepin bowling is what you're raised on, because we used to actually have TV programs where they had a bowling show on. Yeah, candlepin for cash. And all the OGs out there know that bowling. And I always turned the channel, be mad when they came on, because they be always talking and shit. Okay, approach the lane. And I'm like, yo, what is this shit? Like, you know what I mean? But we had to watch the candlepins for cash.
Yeah.
And they were winning money and stuff, but then it'd be, and there goes the spin. Oh, that looks good. Strike. I'm like, yo, what? You know what I mean? So, but hey, listen.
I grew up with the big ball.
This is the story. Well, we grew up
When
like
I
that.
came into New England.
But I
started
had
with the little
children, and the
Really?
children said, my daughter and my son, shout out to Kerry Jr., they were like, Dad, he might have been 10, something like that, whatever you age were at that point, or a little younger maybe.
Whatever
younger,
age you are when you're
at
10.
that point.
No,
Whatever
no,
age
no,
you are when you're
no,
10.
I'm talking about her. 'Cause she's older than him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it was.
Like he's older. She's older than he is. So I'm saying whatever age she was.
I was probably like 13.
Yeah.
He was,
So okay.
You know.
So my kids tell me, Dad, let's go bowling. I'm like, I'm cool. I'll get the candle pins, man. I'm just bang. You know. They was like, no. And they like,
Big balls.
They like, you got to use the big balls. I said, the big balls, man. Them Flintstone shits. Right? They were like, yo, you got to use those. But I said, oh, nah. Dad, trust me. And my son, he's all convinced too. Like, Dad, I'm telling you. You never love it. So we go to this place. What's it called? Rock and Bowl?
North Bowl.
Yeah, so we go to
In
North Bowl.
Attleboro.
And boom. So I got to get a ball, you know. And we ain't, trust me, we're not, you know, legs crossed like you speed skating, throwing a spinning ball down the lane. Like
I like to cross my legs.
yeah, we ain't cross.
balance.
We just getting the ball down at night, and they were young, tapping them. They was, you know, and then I found me a nice heavy one, and I was just obliterating pins. Boom! Like this is the first time, and I was like, oh shoot! So now I'm falling in love with it. You know what I'm saying? So now every time we're going, one time I went, and every time I threw the ball down the lane, there's somebody somewhere yelling, hammer down, right? Yo, I keep on looking at shit, right? I'm like, what the? Because it was going with power. And plus, remember you used to put how hard it was hitting up top?
The miles per hour up
Yeah,
top,
so mine would be like, bloom, right? I'm just trying to kill these pins. But ever since then, now I'm like, you know, now I took my grandkids, her kids, bowling. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but they were the ones who like would say, Dad, listen, your kids, believe it or not, the kids get you to do mad stuff.
Yeah.
My son, I didn't even swim. My younger son, my older son, yo, this dude had me jumping off of Olympic platforms, right?
Okay.
Yo, he was 6 years old. I'm on a platform. I didn't swim. I had to like learn, like, I don't know, with them, because they're the ones telling me, Dad, you gotta swim. So now with the Y, and he says, yo, you could just jump. This is a kid telling me, yo, you could just jump off this platform, right? And then swim to the side, right? Because Dad, you're not gonna go all the way to the bottom. Swim to the side and hold on, and you good. So it's my kid. And I'm still like, cause my life, you know, if you're older, learn how to swim. I ain't got no instructors, so it's more like you're like, yo, am I gonna drown or what's happening? You know what I mean? But I'm trusting in this kid.
You say you're not gonna hit the bottom.
No, because they have been guiding me up to this point. Because I had a pool at my crib when I lived, you know, in Mansfield. So then we get to that point, and I'm on the platform. This is mad weird because now you mad older, like, and I'm like, damn, I'm up here on the Olympic platform. And he said, Dad, jump. Like, this is a little ass kid treading water and shit, right? I'm like,
encouraging you.
Yeah, but he's like, what are you, chicken? Like, he said some shit like, yo, he did that. Like, my son is in that water. He said, Dad, you're chicken? I'm like, there goes nothing. Right? I jumped off that shit at that age. Might have been like 40 whatever it was. I was like, bloom. And I was like, oh. So now I'm the oldest kid ever.
Put a long sleep shirt.
I did it like 10 times. Right? I kept going back because it's like a new thing at this age. Like, oh shit, I'm going like belly flop. I'm going cannonballs. Yo, me and my son.
Doing it all.
Yo, me and my son is like, yo, and you know the Y had those big Olympic pool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not the other one, the family swim. We were in the other side because we could do whatever we wanted at that Y. So
We went to the Y.
Hey, here's a quick note too. My son says, hey Dad, why do people live here? I said, people live here? Because I knew, you know, about the YMCA.
Yeah.
And then I seen on the other side, people did live there,
Yeah.
but, you know, they were either, you know, whatever at that time. But my son says, Dad, why does people live here? I said, if they live in the Y, I mean, just go listen to the song. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Hey. But anyway,
That's hilarious. Well, that was.
Yo,
there you go.
What we're saying is, the Y could be for more than basketball. We don't know. But now, anyway, episode
And
what?
bowling
50,
is more
51?
fun
51
music.
in the
What did
books.
you say, Real Love?
Well, bowling is more fun when it has black lights and music.
Oh yeah, that's right. I missed that.
the
part, 'cause
rockable.
it was like a party too. You know
It's
what I
like a
mean?
rockable. It's
So
like from
lights-
9
Lucky
to 12.
Strike.
Yeah, the DJs was playing, and it was one of them
Yeah.
joints. Matter of fact, man.
There's
Music
one called
videos.
Kings. You been to Kings?
Oh, in Dedham.
Oh,
I think it's a chain.
There's places-
I went to one in.
Yeah.
I went to the one in like
But see, those are
They just
pretty
played-
bowling alleys.
Burlington. I think I went to the
No.
one in Burlington.
yeah.
Like
No,
King?
but this was just like a regular bowling alley, like
No.
from North Bowl.
I'm talking
that
about
night.
King.
Kings, yeah.
Kings.
I've never been.
Remember when William worked at the little restaurant in Dedham?
Yeah.
So there's a Kings in that plaque, Legacy Place.
Oh, I don't know.
And those are like, it was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, them shits is like, that's like going to a club that's a bowling alley. What up?
Then you can wear your comfortable shoes.
Yeah. Hey, here's a good one. Her son says to me, my grandson Zeke, shout out. He says, "Do we got to wear these shoes?"
He didn't want to wear nobody.
I'm like, yo, we're about to put on bowling shoes. He's like, "Do we got to wear these?" I said, yo.
I know. My daughter came home and she's like, "Mom, we went bowling, and then we had to wear these ridiculous shoes."
Yes.
Surprised they didn't step up the fashion on those over
She
the
said,
years.
"I know, the same shoes from when we was little kids." Hey, Zari. Yo, the same shoes from when we were little kids, though.
Go to bed.
Yeah.
And then my grandson's with the serious face, like, yo. He said, "Pop, we got to put these shoes on?" And I said, "If you don't, you know how you slide around there, right?"
Yeah.
I said, "You'll be sliding around." And you know what? They had mad friends that came in. You know what I mean?
Boricua.
Zeke was acting all cool and shit. Like he was like, yeah, he didn't. She was all jumping up and down. He would see him and hey, they go so. I was like, yeah, all right, man. You know them your homeboys from school.
All right, hold on a second. Let me cut in here.
Jaquan.
This was the 51st episode of the Danger Zone podcast.
Yeah, we just having fun. Y'all gotta go somewhere.
Make sure
That was the extended goodbye.
Make sure you hit that like button.
They want to give me my chicken.
Make sure you subscribe, and then Big Sugar has a little outro he likes to always do. We got to do it two more
I like to do
times.
this outro right here. This is Big Sugar from 1-800-LOVE. And after 2 o'clock, we'll be playing nothing but slow jams. So tune in. Hey, and send your requests to Mr. DL or Chef Tanya Nicole with all the slow jams of the day.
Boricua.
Thank you. And Boricua. This goes for you, too. Yo, hermano. Yo, listen. Yo, I got one more, man. Yo, why are we at a funeral? I'm about to tell you why we at a funeral. And I'm like, first of all, this is like a funeral conveyor belt. They do your service, then your body, they move the body out and you out, and then there's another one that comes right in this room.
Yeah.
The funeral, I think I might have told you.
Yeah, we were talking about it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it was about 5 bodies in there, 6 bodies.
So crazy.
And why does your man come up there like really talk like that? You can exit to the right or to the left, or some of you can go out the back. I'm like, this is this dude. He can't wait for this moment. Like these are funerals. Like, and he slides in, basically slides out on the stage. Okay, you can leave out the side door, the left to the right. I'm like, this is an operation, yo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
But anyway,
they're trying to get you in and out as fast as possible.
Rest in peace to all y'all, because that's where they were stacking bodies too. They was putting bodies on top of each other too out there. That was crazy. Anyway, listen, we appreciate you coming here on the 51st episode of The Danger Zone with Big Shug.
Big Shug, Mr. DL.
Chef Tanya Nicole, and of course,
Rena.
Yeah, see, she couldn't wait to do that. She did the head before the voice, so she was ready. Like, hey, guess what?
She had
You
to
know what I'm
catch the
saying?
beat. She had to catch the beat first.
Hey, he said she had to catch the beat. Yo, she got the beat. She got the rhythm. Oh shit, that's SpongeBob. Anyway, that ain't SpongeBob. Is
Squirrel.
Is that SpongeBob?
No, it's Lisa from The Simpsons.
Oh shoot.
Oh my goodness.
Worse. That's even worse. Yo,
it is a rectangular shape.
like we said, excuses have no purpose, so don't make them.
Don't make them.
And as we grow, we glow. We appreciate you coming through. And check us for episode 52. And peace.
Peace. Oh, my dog.
On my dog
On my
days.
dark days, I chop crack on a regular. Ran up in spots and clapped on a regular. Took big fat ass stacks from the register. No matter how hard they tried, they still couldn't measure the hard I have.